look at that. We were right.
Welcome. What? Crendor, this is the intro. This is this is not Cox and Crendor. Okay.
We didn't even do an intro on that. We just like Jesse put some like default music we've had for like forever in, and then that's it. You know?
You gotta get on. You gotta get on that level, dude. You got intros. What is this?
Yeah. I was saying you have like
show?
you have a graphic that says days since last yelled at chat 1. I was like, that's probably not true. It's probably been like stuck at 0 constantly.
That's the goof. Yeah, that is the goof.
Yeah.
You got it.
You got it, dude. Listening to Crendor watch the intro was great because he was just calling out everything that was happening.
He's like, "That's a block. It's moving. Look at that block
It's
moving."
like, whoa, look at that cube go.
That block. It's under the desk. Hey, days since last. Yeah, I heard him like read it out. It was great.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's fantastic.
I'm just observing. I'm an observer.
Yeah, you get the behind the scenes content, Zeke. It's just for you. That's the Crendor special. He brings all sorts of joy wherever he goes. Crendor,
you should hear the horrible things people say about you, JP, when you can't hear them.
Oh, I heard you guys talking about how old you are
I didn't
before
say
the
nothing.
show. I heard everything. I hear it all. I hear it all about routing audio and how you think that.
Okay, yeah, no, I did say that. I did, yeah.
How you think I could be doing, a better job here? Little do you know,
I did say that too.
Little do you know that audio is routed so well that chat doesn't even hear it at all. But it does suffer.
Well,
it
does. What's the point? Why did I do all that?
It does suffer so that you guys get a little bit of feedback. But that's what you get for talking over me. Okay, you should have to hear yourself because I have to hear yourself the entire 3 hours of this show, Jessam.
All right, well then do your intro. Do your little intro.
It's like a tyrannical empire.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Drop Frames. Glad to have you guys here. We've got 2 stars of the Cox and Crendor podcast and 1/2 of Dodge and Cox and me and Zeke as well.
I knew he was going to fit that in.
Of course. Yeah. Now, I'm
I don't even know if
actually
we're
a little
stars
bit...
of our own show, to be honest.
It's true. I got a bone to pick with you, Jesse. I got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, boy.
I'm pissed off. I think I'm upset.
You're pissed off?
I think I'm pretty upset. I had Crendor, first off, the first time and only guest to ever demand to be on the show, which I very politely accepted that he can come on.
That was demand.
I mean, those were pretty strongly veiled.
It's heavily implied.
I mean, you threatened me. There was some threats in the Discord.
That sounds accurate.
Yeah, the Discord messages. So he comes on the show. We schedule a date almost a month in advance. Actually, you messaged me. I guess you were thinking about me around Christmas time. Is that accurate?
Well, it was jolly old Christmas, and I thought it
was seasonal
JP,
depression.
And I was
Let's
just
be real.
like, man.
Yeah, you thought of seasonal depression, and you were like, "How's that JP guy?"
Yeah, he was like, "I'm so lonely."
No, I was more so thinking, all right, I haven't done a lot of collaborations, so I was like, New Year, all right. I've just been playing Pokemon and League and WoW for like forever. I was like, I'm gonna start more variety gaming, all right.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start collaborating.
Smart.
Again with like everybody. And I was like, let's see, what about like Drop Frames? Because that's like a podcast.
We are indeed. We are a podcast.
So I was like, I was on that a while ago, and then I checked, and I was like, it was 2017.
Yeah.
I had a gallbladder.
That's right. You did. Is that how you measure time? Is there the before and after gallbladder?
It actually is. It's the PG and the PG. Pre-gallbladder, post-gallbladder.
I knew where your head was at. I'm like,
but how do you say,
bro?
Okay. So you just say it was PG and then
I really just say post-gallbladder and pre-gallbladder.
Okay. You don't acronym it. You don't acronym it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
It was because they were different times, man.
Yeah.
You can go back and watch my stuff even from back then. I'm like scrawny. I didn't go to the gym. I'm just like, hello, gamers. I have like so much more there's like energy there, right?
Yeah,
and then
so much
now it's
life.
just like, what's going on?
Yeah. Well, you had an extra organ. A gallbladder's an organ.
Exactly.
Right? Yeah.
It is. It was for me at least. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It had stones in it. They take it out.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they clog your bile duct.
That's right. Everyone knows that.
Yep.
Everyone knows that. Anyways, so I'm pissed at Jesse Cox
Yeah, go
because
on.
after a
Yeah.
month of planning with post gallbladder Crendor and very excited to have him on the show, Jesse decides 2 days prior to have him on his podcast for the 30th time.
Whoa, I didn't make that decision. Let's be very
And-
clear. That
and-
wasn't me.
Jesse, the last time you were on this show, we started a beef, and I still have not been invited back to the old
Let me say
Dodge
also-
and Cox podcast.
Last time I was on this show, I was with Rami, and we had one of the greatest conversations about video games ever. And now I'm back, and this is the other guy, dude. You screwed up. This is not a me.
I haven't seen or spoken to Rami ever since he left Twitter. If we're being honest, I haven't reached out. I have no way to contact him.
What do you mean?
I'm serious. That was our main form of contact. I don't have any other way to message the guy.
You can't find him on Blue Sky or whatever? I'm sure he's there.
No, I don't go to that liberal hellhole, Jesse. I don't.
We talked about this on Geek Enders, the Dodge and Cox.
Liberal hell.
Speaking of which, because Dodger was like, "Oh, I'm trying to get rid of all my social medias, like Facebook and all that." And she's like, "But I only talk to my cousin or friend on Facebook on the Messenger." And then she was like, "Wait, I can just like add her on Discord."
Yeah, we actually
Sure.
had this conversation on Friday where I was like,
Oh, weird. It's like you did
Yeah.
a show with Crendor 2 days ago.
Dude, this is my second show. I got one more. We gotta do Cox and
yeah,
Crendor.
Crendor and I
later
still have to
today. This is
record
like
Cox
the
and Crendor today. This is a
trifecta.
whole.
Oh, well, okay. That makes me feel better that at least the third one will be the shittiest and it's
the
yours. 'cause
actual,
yeah.
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 Thank
Really,
God.
you're correct. The shittiest. It
Yeah.
will not be good.
Yeah. No, I'm glad. I'm glad you'll be tired of talking to each other on
Wasn't
your
even
own
a
show.
video.
Yeah.
13 years of mediocrity, just chugging along. We're doing it.
Yeah.
Tune
It's
in,
good
Cox
life.
and Crendor.
It's good
It's
life.
a podcast,
Wait,
all right.
so Dodger wants to get rid of her Twitter?
She basically was saying all social media and how she would miss some people that would be on social media. And you got to give Dodger a little ribbing every once in a while. And I was like, well, then are they really your friends? If you can't call them, are they a friend or just an acquaintance? And
Oh,
I think a lot of people on social media have a lot of FOMO of like, if I leave this site or I don't get on social media anymore or whatever, I won't be able to contact certain people. But it's
Sure.
like, did you ever really contact them anyway? Or did you just like the idea that you could?
sure.
Like that kind of thing.
Yeah, that's true. I get that. Also,
Well,
Dodger.
it's like moving to a different state. Like you have like
Yeah.
all those bars that you used to go to. You wouldn't call the people that you would see at the bars, but you look forward to seeing them there.
Right, exactly. Yeah, but it isn't I think people are putting a lot of stress on themselves of being like, well, I don't want to do this because I don't like this thing, but like then I'll miss John Cena was following me and he won't follow me anymore if I'm not there. And it's like,
That's also true.
did it matter though?
Yeah.
Like it didn't matter that John Cena followed you.
John
though?
Cena
followed
does-
everyone.
Yeah, but it's pretty
There's probably
clear that he
one guy
follows
that
me.
it did matter.
Me. Yeah,
Like,
it
you
mattered
know.
a lot to me. Yeah.
He'd probably go to those bars and be like, "Dude, John Cena follows me."
Yeah, I mean that's how yeah. Yeah. That's my current line. Walk up and say, "Hey, did you know
Yeah.
John Cena follows me?" It doesn't work
Does it
at
work?
all. No.
Oh,
It's never
well.
worked once. It's never worked once.
Sad, dude.
Also,
You
that
figure it would.
So
That
I have
makes-
a question.
makes me upset, by the way, because I worked very hard to get Dodger back on Twitter, helping her with her account, and now she just doesn't care. It's really
Yeah, that sounds like Dodger.
we got to get her fucking. The reason Dodger hasn't been on the show is not because I haven't asked. It's because that son of a bitch Strippin doesn't want to watch his child on Sundays, guys. He won't do his parental duties so that Dodger can have
You
a
know-
life. It's pretty crazy that Sam Strippin just goes on Toxic Sundays and Dodger's out there having to be a mom.
First off, always call out stripping. That's hilarious.
100%.
Second off, yeah, look, I'm just gonna say it. Every one of my friends who has kids, you've all convinced me never to have kids. Bless you. I love you completely deep within my soul. I'm like, you really showed me the truth, and I'm doing all right.
It's true.
Thanks, everyone.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you had your own kid, you would obviously change.
Yeah, for the worst, I'd be dude. I'd yell at that kid. I don't want to do that.
You would change still.
Any PvP, imagine a child. Like I yell at strangers in PvP. I don't want to do that to a kid. No, I'm
PvP.
all
Well,
right.
strangers aren't your
PvP,
child.
what?
What are you talking about?
That's what. Look, if I'm willing to yell wildly at a stranger for like going in the wrong lane in League of Legends, God help me if a kid like writes on the walls No, I'm all right.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
oh,
don't
no,
want
it'd
that.
be
I
little
don't want to be that
JC.
dad.
It'd be little JC.
That's true.
You think you think my child's gonna be a Lalafell from Final Fantasy 14? Who
Probably.
grows to be 2 feet
I can
tall
see
and does
it.
little dances and shoots magic out
You
of
got
his hands?
you got to find a partner who's really short.
So
As a turnip
gross. Like
shaped head.
Yeah, you need a turnip shaped
on the
head,
first
yeah.
date, be like, well, I decided to go out with you because I really just want to spawn some sort of like Lalafellish character, and then we'll dress him up and have him go to conventions and like shoot fireworks out of his hands. Yeah, no, ladies love that.
Yeah, it would work. It would be great. It would be
I
great.
just really want to breed with you and create some sort of impish child. Is that fine?
All right,
Don't
yeah, he's
know.
not having kids.
Yeah, no, he's never gonna have kids. That one. That's never gonna happen. That's never gonna happen.
No,
Zeke,
I'm
you were gonna
good.
say something. Save us here. Jesse said
Well,
the B
first of all, I
word.
just want to say, like, also, I'm also on the no kids train. Like, I had a vasectomy
Yeah,
not too long ago, so like, I'm just too selfish. Like, I can't. I have one person in my life and 2 dogs that I have just barely enough love for. Like, my love is completely topped out. It's done. Like, there's nothing else. If I added a kid in that, I have to push something else out.
that's
I don't
right.
want to do that.
That's right. Yeah.
So
You're gonna get pregnant?
that's why I'm glad I'm not.
That's
I missed
crazy.
that. What was that?
No, he
Said you're gonna get pregnant? You push that kid out?
Yeah,
No.
that's what he
Push
said.
that out of my love heart, my love hole.
Right, your
What?
love hole. Where kids come
Never
from.
mind. Never mind. Where kids come from, right? Exactly. Anyways,
Huh.
no, I had a question earlier, moving completely off topic and glossing over the fact that I completely didn't understand what you were talking about. You said you couldn't. You were late to the show today because it was raining.
Yeah, what happened? Please
Yeah,
explain this.
oh,
We were all trying to
Like, you
figure
have
this
your
out.
PCs outside.
No. So for some reason, I don't know, like 9:55, it just started like torrential downpouring here in LA, which by the way, great, we could use it.
Yeah.
But that window right back there was open and it wasn't closing. So rain was like blasting in here. So I was trying to close it and get it
Called
closed. So I had to like break the thing and
That's
turn
what
it
I
myself.
said. Yeah. Yeah.
So
That window's
yeah,
probably
that
ancient.
was interesting.
Yeah. That's what
Well, imagine being in a city where the last time it rained was last August, I think.
God,
So nothing's really
crazy.
designed for rain and everything's just kind of open all the time. So,
that's crazy.
oh well.
Yeah. You're, I think, the first guest SoCal based. Are you anywhere near, or were you anywhere near any of the fires?
I mean, relatively speaking, on like a geographical level, sure.
Yeah.
But in LA's a very wide city. So
Sure.
it's a lot. So the like fires that were north of here in the Palisades got to the border of Santa Monica. And I am 3 towns down from Santa Monica.
Ah,
So I don't think it would have gotten to me, but I've definitely seen like the smoke in the sky, terrifying looking. It looks like
more so than
post-apocalyptic.
usual. Yeah.
Oh, yes, yeah. What's crazy is I remember during COVID when people were not driving around, it was the most beautiful sky I've ever seen. Now it's back to gray, constant gray.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, now it was like red and black and in the morning looked very much like Mordor. It was crazy looking. But that's it the fire itself has moved north, like way north.
Mm.
So I don't really see much anymore. But I know there's still some going on and
Yeah.
new fires are popping up all over. So they are trying their hardest to put that out. But thankfully it's raining today. So that's hopefully great for us.
Yeah. Yeah. As long as I guess the winds don't kick up too much. Much
Yeah.
like the rest of the internet, I've become an expert on fires and how to fight them and what starts them and all that stuff overnight. Really. So yeah.
Oh, in LA,
Oh,
it's not about fires, it's about air quality. Everyone knows a lot about air quality now, and they tell you all, and you're like, okay, all right, genius.
Yeah.
Did I don't really pay attention to barely anything, to be honest.
Me
But
either.
did California get hit by that, like the cold weather, or is that just like the southern states?
Man, that's relative. We got hit by lots of wind, and so it became cold, but again, relative coldness. We're talking like Florida snow. In LA, it was 40 degrees, which admittedly pretty cold.
That's
for
pretty
LA.
cold for California. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
at night, because no one's wearing like 18 blankets or whatever, no one's prepared for winter. At night, it got really cold. So one night I woke up and I was like shivering. And I was like, what the And then, you look over and the thermostat or whatever says it's 40 degrees. And the part of you that used to live in the Northeast, who was in Buffalo, New York, is like, you baby. But,
It happens.
you get acclimated to it and you're just like, why is it so cold here? When usually it's 70 on average.
Yeah.
So
That was like when we did Cox and Crendor live last month, and we had more people come up. We had Mathis, Alex, and Davis. I swear to God, Davis, he looked like he was in the Arctic.
Well, Chicago, Chicago, it gets fucking
It was
cold.
like 35 outside.
Yeah, but what
All
was
right,
the
it
wind
wasn't even-
chill? The wind chill is what
It wasn't even that windy.
Okay.
So
All right.
I was like, dude, this is great.
Yeah.
I was walking around. I mean, I do my short sleeves until it hits like,
this
below
man
20.
was in sweats, just walking like, hey, let's go get Mexican. We were like, how are you living?
Yeah, it's just.
No,
I mean,
that's,
this last.
I'm absolutely the same person. Like I'm until it gets like below freezing, I'm in sweats and a t-shirt for
Mm.
sure. But I don't know if you're the same with hot weather, but like with hot weather, like if it's above 73, like I think that's my limit. And I'm like, fuck this. Too hot. I stand in front of the air conditioner and just let it blow on me.
I don't mind heat, but I'm also like a stick.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that
that's
helps.
That
Well,
helps
am
quite a
not.
bit.
Yeah.
But I always say pre-gallbladder, I was a super stick. Post-gallbladder, now I'm a muscular stick.
It's true. Yeah.
I've more.
No, you got to stick with your what is that? The pre-post, the PG,
The PG.
Yeah,
PG.
You gotta be-
PG, I
yeah.
was a stick, but PG,
Right.
I was a muscular stick.
Right, but he's
No,
got to be like
I am.
PG.
I am.
I was a super stick,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
PG,
Yeah.
I was a super stick.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
got to keep the,
Like,
the
even-
flow.
If you go back to that old drop frames, you watch that from 2017, you'll see the transformation.
Oh, roll the clip.
Like I was.
Yeah, let me
roll
bring
the
it
clip.
up.
Roll the clip.
Crendor
You can
drop
see.
frames.
Honestly, we were when I say we, I mean mostly Crendor, while on a stream, was looking back at like an old Blood Bowl league we did maybe a decade ago. Holy
Mhm.
crap. Everyone sounds hilarious. Like, hello, welcome back to
Yeah.
our stream.
Yeah, it was 2013. Or just
Oh my!
Like, how long-
Wait, we had the old the remake, the old.
Yeah,
graphics.
there it is.
Yeah, we like
That's
went to
probably why you
these.
didn't have
We
the
went to
graphics.
these graphics for a while, and then I don't know if it was Zeke or Co, but both of them were just like, "Hey, these fucking suck," and so we changed them up. / went
Can I-
back to I think the original.
Can I just say something? And I mean this.
Okay. By the way, Jericho looks very
Everyone
young.
everyone watching at home, everyone in chat, when you see this footage, do you realize how badly COVID affected people? Like, just look at the people on the show now and look at them then and tell me we didn't go through some shit.
I mean,
I mean, I didn't even have to have
guess.
COVID to go through what I went through.
Crendor
Yeah.
looks like he's gonna I don't even know, sell
They had
you
the
a
side swoop.
haunted painting.
My side
Jericho
swoop
looks like
was
a
more
little
prevalent.
boy, like a little cherry, like chibi boy.
Yeah.
Zeke looks like he actually has his shit together, which is amazing. And JP, I would maybe consider dating JP. He looks kind of attractive there.
I look like the Wolf Man in the
Yeah.
all of
I
my
was gonna say you took the words out of my mouth. I was gonna
All
say you
of
look
my
like you're
old-
about to wolf out.
all my old I'd look very much Wolfmanish. Like my hair's
I love it.
wild.
It looks great. You've got like a Wolverine going on. I think
Very
yeah.
much Wolverine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Look, someone in chat asked, did I get electrocuted? That's how I would wake up every morning. I would
Yeah,
put a
electrocuted
little
Wolverine.
water in the sink, get the old hair dryer, and just dip my finger in it with the hair dryer in there. You know, that's how we did it.
Oh
Dude, I got
man, I just
terrible
realized I
posture.
could have made a better joke. Could have said that I was Jericho. I was like, look at me. I was so thin back then. Just like no beard.
Dude, Jericho looks.
I ruined it. I ruined the whole bit. Damn.
Jericho looks really young.
Yes,
in
he
this.
looks so young there.
Yeah, he looks like he's. I mean, he actually was probably in his 20s in this. So that checks
Yeah,
out.
isn't he like 10 years younger than us?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's
Well,
pretty young.
I'm 35.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
you're of age, I think, for the rest of the
You're
show.
still older than him though.
Yeah.
Am
Oh
I?
yeah. Yeah. He's very
Yeah.
he's very young.
You little baby boy.
He's very young.
Oh, yeah. Dude,
Also,
but yeah, that
you know,
was
now that
you can see.
Crendor, now that I see who is on the show, I think
Much better.
Co hates you
I believe
Oh,
that.
maybe.
Yeah, that feels right.
because he's dodged
honestly-
you twice now on the show.
It's possible. I mean, he's tweeted at me. He follows me on Twitter. He's an
Yeah, but
acquaintance.
that might just be to be where you're not, and to be
Right.
You know, like if you're gonna
Yes.
be at a place, he goes to the opposite. You know.
Yeah, it's possible.
Or
I may not have that aura.
alternatively, maybe you're Co, because you guys have never been in the same place at the same time.
Damn, that could be.
You know,
You just get him to go. I never thought of it that way before. It could
That's
be.
right.
I could be that guy.
yeah, I'm opening eyes, Jesse Cox. I'm opening eyes.
Wow,
Yeah.
you're good at this.
I'm really
You're
good.
a good interviewer.
I love
Yeah.
just breaking people down to their core, Jesse. That's what we do here on
Yeah.
Drop
Yep.
Frames.
Although I don't think I get as much viewership as Real Co. So I'd like to take some of that from my.
well, he's
alter
real
form.
Co's selfish. He keeps it all for himself. So
Yeah, I'm like dollar store Co. It's like trying to gather in all the viewership for myself. But then
Timuco.
Timu
Timu
Co.
Co. Yeah,
There you go.
I'm Timu Co.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Better Co is
Yeah.
Jericho, by the way. That we had the co-off a couple of years back, and I think
Mm.
Jericho was the winner of the last co-off, which I think was Mortal Kombat. I'm not too sure what the game was, but yeah, they ended up winning there. You guys mentioned, by the way, Cox and Crendor Live. I want to talk to you about that. You guys started doing live shows. How many shows have you done in person now? This is like a yearly thing?
Twice yearly, roughly.
Okay, so
Um,
yeah, how did all that, was that all done through like CAA, Jesse? Is that who kind of pitched that first idea, or
No,
was this you
so-
guys?
Years ago, we did it at PAXs. I would say we started in 2012, maybe.
Yeah.
We go to a PAX, we do a live show, and then at a certain point, we realized that people were paying PAX literally just to come see us.
Mm.
We were like, hold up. If people are paying PAX, they can just pay us. and so we were like, let's do our own shows.
Yeah.
And so I think at the time, I'm not sure what they were called at the time, but the Game Grumps have real good touring, which is like their touring company. They do it for Jacksepticeye and Markiplier. They've done all those different things. And so I talked with them, and they were like, yo, do you want to set up a bunch of tours? We can take you around the country. And I believe Crendor and I were both like, no, can we just do one show? And they were like, okay. So
I ain't doing all that.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
like, just
no.
one show. And because Crendor literally never leaves Chicago for any reason other than to annoy me.
Right.
I was like, yeah, we want to do in Chicago. And they found us a place. It's Lincoln Hall. We've done almost every show there since.
Nice.
All but one.
And it'll be, I don't know, like it's not a huge area. It's like a 250 person theater. But it's got 2 bars, and it's always
Oh,
been
nice.
a blast. And everyone there has a great time. A lot of the same people show up. There's this dude from France who keeps coming there, and we love to harass him. He is great.
He's with a different woman every time.
No, he's not. He's never brought a woman ever.
What?
No,
Oh,
he's
yeah, that's
never
right.
brought
Wait,
a woman. He's always
how-
been alone, and that's the first woman he ever brought. Wink.
Oh.
Um,
Okay. Fair. Fair.
Oh, it's
And,
like like the Mater D at that mob like restaurant.
yes,
It's like,
but with that
oh,
guy,
right.
yes.
I see you brought your wife. Oh, it's been
Yeah.
a
Yeah,
long
we're like,
time since
oh,
we've
who's that?
seen
Yeah.
you.
Love that guy. He's very fun. And we've just done it there ever since, and it's kind of like a home away from home to the point where now we just show up and they're like, "Hey, how's it going, guys?" I'm like, "Hey, what's up?"
Yeah, you know all the
Um,
people.
yeah.
All the
But usually
Behind
it's
the
like we do
scenes.
it once in the summer and then once around Christmas. That's kind of the vibe. And yeah, they've always been great. The last one we did was kind of like a double show. That was super fun because we got to bring other people and
you had the
you know, we didn't have to share the
Chilluminati people out there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So we had Chilluminati, so it was like a double feature. And it
Mhm.
was super chill. I love doing stuff like that because the load isn't all on you to
Mm.
deliver. It's like we split the show instead of it being, 2 hours of Cox and Crendor, it's an hour of each, the little intermission thing. And I was like, oh yeah. So
yeah. When you guys
I love doing those.
when you book the venue, is that, do you rent the venue for an hour or hourly?
No.
Or what's the, is it a block?
You literally
process?
have to book it for the night, and then they
Oh.
take a cut at the end. So you'll get like, this is how much we made at the door, and then they take a percent, and then Real Good Touring takes a percent, and then we get what's left, and then most of it's merch. Like real
The
talk, any
merch
touring
sales, yeah.
is
Yeah.
all merch sales.
Yeah.
Yeah, because cost of flights, cost of like doing shows one-offs, not a way to make money. You don't make money doing that. Really, what we're doing is like, it's a show for the fans. You're not, you have to really do those tours. When people talk about like go from one place to one place to one place where you're constantly
Like a bang.
moving. Yeah, then you can actually, this isn't a money-making machine. This is a like, well, we, got to do this, and
Yeah.
it's super fun.
Yeah, I know a lot of
Yeah.
I know a lot of podcasts have started doing that stuff past couple of years, and I've never really spoken to you about it in terms of the intricacies of it all.
Admittedly, one of the things I hate the most in podcasts is when they start doing almost all live shows. Like there's a lot of podcasts that I love that I like the dynamic of them sitting in the room talking. And the minute they start going to live shows, suddenly becomes every episode is a live show. And I think both Crendor and I agree, like, nah, that's not what we want to do.
Yeah. Keep it special.
It just annoys me. And it is, I want to make it a special thing. It isn't like, come to our home in LA where we do every episode and there's a crowd and we do crowd work. I don't know. It never seems fun to me.
It's like when those TV shows used to do holiday specials. And it's like,
I
oh, it was
love
fun for a
those.
one-off.
Those are great.
But like, you don't want everyone to be a holiday special.
Yeah, you don't
Right?
want to see the
And it's not
Halloween.
special.
The Halloween episodes once a year. That's all you get on Home Improvement.
Yeah.
And then you get the
Exactly.
the Christmas episode where he tries to beat all his neighbors in the the holiday lights tournament thing that he that's great.
It's
Get
a
'em once
great
year.
show, by the way.
I know it's one of the best, I would say. I would actually fight someone on that.
Home Improvement?
Yeah. Yeah,
he loves Home
I own the VHS, which is a giant house, by the way, if you're curious how they packaged all those VHS of the
Cute.
seasons.
That's cute.
Yeah. I own the DVDs and I own the Blu-rays. I own 3 copies of that show. And
All right, let me ask you a question then.
Yeah.
As an aficionado,
Okay.
which Home Improvement character would the 4 of us be?
I'm Wilson.
Okay.
Who would Jesse? You would be the you're, oh god damn it, I'm blanking on his name. You're the construction worker that they always had on the show that had the ponytail and the beard.
Hell yeah, brother.
That's you.
All right. Yeah.
He plays one of the instruments in the band.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Guy who looks like a biker. I
yep.
love that dude.
Yep, that's him. Zeke would be, now Zeke, you're gonna take offense to this, but I don't think you should. You're Al Borland.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're Al Borland.
I'll be Al Borland.
Crendor, he's the wild card. Crendor's the wild card. I would
He's
say
Zachary Taylor Thomas, dude. Come on.
I wouldn't go Zachary Taylor Thomas. I would actually
Jonathan
say
Taylor Thomas.
Oh yeah, it is. Zach, you
Jonathan
mix
Taylor
the two.
Thomas,
You mix
sorry.
the two because there's Jonathan Taylor Thomas and then there's Zachary. I'm in prison. I forgot what his name is. Like, what is his name?
Zachary Gordon-Levitt. Who knows?
He's
Gordon-Levitt. There you go.
he was
Zachary
in-
Gordon-Levitt.
He was in Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift as the asshole white guy. And then he was never seen from again. Zachary Ty Bryan, you're the middle child,
There it is.
Crendor.
Yeah.
You're the middle child.
Can I just
yeah.
can
Well,
I just say something that I think needs to be said? JP, you giving yourself the whimsical, lovely neighbor when you are so clearly Al. Is
I'm
shocking to
Al.
me. Yeah.
yeah, I was
You
gonna
have-
say, I don't know,
you're so
like,
clearly
why do
Al.
you see yourself as Wilson?
Because me and Gassy Mexican have a bit where I go up to the fence to talk to him when he's also outside, and I'm Wilson and he's Tim.
Yeah, but that's like all you got going. I feel like you don't share many Wilson qualities.
What do you mean?
Yeah. You
I
look
feel
like
you
could-
go
you
up
look
and
like you
Tim
could
would
build
be
a
like,
birdhouse.
Wilson, like instead of Wilson, you'd be like, JP, I don't know what's going on. Like me and Jill just fighting. You'd be like, I don't fucking know.
Zeke has
What
a
do you?
Wilson
I
vibe.
get
It's like a
sage
Wilson
advice.
vibe.
What do you mean? I get.
No,
you-
I feel like Zeke is Wilson. And you're Al. You're clearly Al. You look like you could construct something very
Are
quickly.
we going off look or like essence, being,
Both.
persona?
Both.
Yeah, essence.
And Co's
I would say
clearly
more
Tim.
essence.
Like it like it makes sense to me.
Co probably would be Tim. Yeah.
Yes, see? Look at those eyes. Perfect.
I think
Why do you
He does have
the middle
eyes.
child, he has that arc where he goes to like
He goes to metal shows and
South
shit.
America or something. Doesn't he?
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Later in.
I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, but you would be like a scene kid, like he was, and like you would have a friend who doesn't talk and has spiky hair and wears like a choker with spikes on it.
I don't think I would.
Well,
Mainly because I never did.
I don't think you know yourself, Crendor. I think is what we're really.
I think I do know myself. We actually had an entire conversation at the live show about self-awareness.
Oh,
It's true.
okay.
Yeah. And how 90%
Hashtag tune
of
into the
people
show.
90% of people think they're self-aware and 10% actually are. Think about it.
Yeah, I'd say that makes sense. I'd agree
Yeah.
with you on those statistics, but yeah.
But it's because like I don't know. I don't know who I'd be on this show because I'm trying to look and I don't know if I got a character on here.
No, it's a tough.
I would be a
one.
random
Definitely
side
one of the
character.
kids, dude. You're one of the
I think
kids.
I'd be a random side character.
Well,
I'm
if he
trying
gets to be a
think
random
of all
side
the
character,
side
I want to be like the
characters.
cousin who shows up for one episode. Like Tim's brother,
If I'm-
but he's like a drunk and he like hits on his wife. And
Oh
she's
my
like,
god, that
your brother
I
hit on
hated-
me.
I hated
Like, I
those
wanna be that guy.
episodes. Those episodes.
Yeah,
They're
suck.
the
they're-
one
they
where he
suck.
like
Those
walks
episodes are
in on
terrible.
his
They're fucking
he
bad.
walks in on her in the shower or something.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
if I'm being completely honest, and I was thinking about it, like I was going through all the characters that I can remember, JP, and I'm being honest here.
Okay.
You're Jill. You're the wife. You are the one. Well, and I'm serious. You're
No,
the
I
smarter
actually
one. You're
agree
the
That's
with
one
true.
who
And
knows
then Co is
everything.
Tim.
You're
I
the one who
agree.
corrects everybody.
I agree. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes the
Well,
most
it does-
sense, honestly.
Yeah. You're Jill. Co is Tim. Zeke is Al. And the guest is always the new girl that they always had every other season that was like, I'm here for tool time.
Well, they only had two, Jesse. It was Heidi, and it was
Right. I always remember Heidi. The other one, whatever.
it was Pamela Anderson.
Yeah.
And
What
the
is her name? Who
she
knows?
looked like Shania Twain, but that's not who it was. But she did. She. God, I
It
forget
was
her
always
name.
Heidi, dude.
Yeah.
Always Heidi.
Debbie
Anyways.
Dunning.
Debbie Dunning. There you go. Yeah. No, wait. Debbie Dunning was Jill, I thought.
Oh, okay.
Oh no, that's Patricia Andrew. Never mind. Sorry, I'm getting all my names mixed up. All my
Tune in to
favorite.
Drop Frames for all your hot, up-to-date full-time information. Home
Dude,
improvement.
Hold on.
24/7.
This is what we need to do. We need to start. We need to start a Tool Time / Home Improvement fan cast where every week we watch a new episode and we only communicate through grunts. It's just 30 minutes of grunting over an episode. Oh man, it would be great.
That might be. It might quickly become one of the most popular podcasts.
And
on the
probably
internet.
take over the
Dudes
internet.
grunting at each other.
Yeah,
Oh my god.
it'd be great. It'd be 10 out of 10.
That would be pretty great.
Yeah, I would love it. I would love it. No, the reason I brought up the live show stuff is, did you guys see Dimension 20? For those that don't know, they're like a D&D / tabletop show, kind of, parallel to Critical Role. They have taken over that space. They filled Madison Square Garden.
Yes. Not only did
Last
I see
night,
that, a
or
bunch
2
of
nights
people
ago.
messaged me saying like, "Oh, I went there, it was amazing." I was like, "Okay, yeah, I bet a D&D live show is fun." But Madison Square Garden, I don't know if you'll be able to see anything. Here's all I'll say: you can find footage of it online.
It's crazy.
When you got money and you're a nerd and you don't give a damn, man, that's what I want to live. That's how I want to live. They had flames and fireworks.
Yeah.
It was a spectacle. It was a full-on, legitimate Madison Square Garden spectacle, and I so respect that. That was awesome looking. So, yeah, I that's the kind of stuff I I've always said if I ever just have a ton of cash, I want to spend it poorly like that. It's awesome. That was so cool.
Yeah, it was a very. Here's this is a vertical video, and I can't full screen it. Let me just make sure I'm not going to get
obviously.
But yeah, this is what it looked like. They were in the center of Madison Square Garden.
No.
They had pyrotechnics around here. That they didn't.
It's like a Yu-Gi-Oh battle.
Yeah, the
It
DM
really felt
didn't even
like it.
tell them about, and like they had giant pyres
Flame
of
shot out. There
flames
was
shot out.
It was like the first 5 minutes before a Rocky fight. Like it was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say that I'm. It's an interesting space, D&D now. Like I love what they're doing with that. But yeah, I saw a lot of people in chat be like, scripted D&D. It's a lot of storytelling more than it is like D&D, But that's kind of what people are into. That's what people want. They want a good story with people telling the story. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And so I can
it's
totally
scripted?
respect it.
Well, it's like slightly scripted.
There's like it's a story beat, so you can't just have people, there's definitely writers involved with all high-end D&D content.
Yeah.
What the level is, I don't know, because I'm not working there, but there's writers involved.
Yeah. Now Jesse,
I assume everything's scripted.
This just became a super, super viral episode of DF. Now that Jesse said that, we're gonna get targeted. And
it's not a bad thing. I think it's great. I'm not gonna complain. I think having a show where you can have really great talent show off and do things. Obviously, not the entire thing. There's clearly beats they need to hit. And that's just like what it is.
Yeah, that's true. And following along with our script, we should probably talk about video games because that's what
Hold
we
on.
generally do. Okay.
I figured out who I am on Home Improvement.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
This
There's
is
an
worth holding
episode.
on for.
There's an episode where Tim goes out to dinner with Jill. It's like very early on.
Are you the
And he
waiter?
keeps trying to. No, I'm the guy that's also watching the football
in
game
the
at that
back
dinner.
of the restaurant. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and he's just like, dude, Lions scored. They picked it off. And then Tim's just like, oh, he's like, I got to see that game. And I'm just like, yeah, we won.
Yeah.
That's me.
Okay.
Yes,
Fair
I
enough.
just want to say, shout out to who is that? Burfista? It's like Top Gear Grand Tour, right? It's not completely scripted. It's just they have beats they need to hit. And someone writes that out.
There you go.
Internet's weird like that. They're gonna be like, Jesse said something terrible.
Yeah. No, you got
Come
us all
at me.
canceled.
I want an
Jesse always
iPad
says
on
something
some guy's
terrible.
I
TikTok,
just
and I'm
can't
famous.
believe you said that, Mercer's a giant piece of shit, Jesse. Like, that's really weird to just to like come out with that.
Of
front
all the
sentence.
That's
people-
my line, actually.
Yeah. Matt's always been chill. There was one time we were at an event and he was eating a Subway sub and he stopped eating it to come say hi. So like, that's pretty cool. I was like, all right, dude.
Matt is a very nice
He's like,
guy.
always been a good guy. Yeah, I
Yeah.
know. That's the least real thing.
That's true.
I would have kept eating my sub.
Yeah.
See?
Those
I
subs
know
are great.
him.
Those subs are great. Anyways, Crendor will spend some time with you. Jesse's old news on this show, but I do want to talk about your top 10 pointless list because they have taken the internet by storm. Crendor, you are
truly have,
now
yep.
the most pointless content creator on YouTube.
I got
With-
that award
Always was.
numerous years.
Yeah, numerous years in a row, and your top 10 list are all the rage. So I have to know, how do you pick the most dull and inane stuff to talk about on YouTube every week? What's the thought process?
Well, it's a talent more than anything.
Yeah.
So how I make
This isn't
pointless
something you
top
can
10s.
teach, bro.
Yeah, you can't teach this. I mean, I have a document. It's a Obsidian document, the Note Obsidian thing. I don't know if you know what that is.
Yeah, sure.
And I just have a giant list of stuff. Like, for example, going through now, we got cool buildings, cool effects, cool things, coves, bedrooms, cozy spots, crags, crashes, crazy NPCs, creatures that should be mounts, creepy stuff, critters, crypts, dams, right? Like, I've got just like hundreds of things here. And I just,
Yeah.
you know what? Top 10 dams. Who
top
knows?
10
Top
ghosts,
10
top 10 abominations, top 10
abominations.
kobolds, top 10
Yep.
innkeepers, top
The
10
best part is the
caves, top 10
thumbnails.
murlocs.
Yeah.
The thumbnails haven't changed, and I don't even know how long. It's so
No reason
funny
they
to me.
should.
Top 10
Top
sharks.
10 sharks.
Mhm.
Top 10 BBQs. Top 10 best jobs.
Mm.
Yep.
Top 10,
Top 10 stairs.
Stairs is a classic.
Dude, stairs is a classic. Yeah.
NPCs fishing.
Yeah. Yeah. Snails.
That's a good one.
It's great.
Top 10
Yep.
snails is good.
Libraries.
I love that.
Yeah. So what's the next big
How
the
long
next
are these videos?
they're about
Like 10, 15.
10, 15 minutes. They're
Yeah.
big.
So you talk. So if it's a top 10 video, you talk for each of the numbers for at least a minute. You can talk about 10 different types of stairs a minute apiece.
Hey, listen, I've done YouTube for 16 years. I can talk about anything for over a minute. Just
Fair. You know what? Fair.
See,
Yeah,
like-
you must
8 hours a
understand.
day, 40 hours a week. 10
If you watch
years,
these
you
videos,
just- you can talk.
if you watch these videos, he will start talking about like this bird, for example. It'll be like, look at these guys. They're cute. What are they doing in there? How'd they get in there? Anyway, this bird is and you hear clack, 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 clack. Oh, I just Googled it. This bird is literally just, that's the video.
That's
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah.
Because I started making these years ago because I was like, dude, all these top 10 lists are about just the most generic stuff. Everybody does like top 10 raids, top 10 villains, top 10 carrot. Like, I don't care. So I was like, we need the hard hitting stuff like grass. Made top 10 grass, right?
Mhm.
Like caves, like I said, birds, like finding the things that nobody cares about and just shining light on those. And I think that a lot of artists that work at Blizzard and stuff have appreciated this because, well, I know they have because they've actually messaged me and been like, we love watching pointless top
He
10.
literally
'Cause
just
it's
did a
like,
thing for Blizzard.
Oh, really?
I did. I made them a New Year's Eve video, but that wasn't even a pointless top 10. That was just a New Year's Eve video.
Oh, okay.
But I think it's because they make stuff and then nobody cares anymore, right? It's like, oh, we made some stuff for BFA or for Shadowlands or whatever, and then people just move on and it's whatever. But I go back and I'm like, look at this cool thing someone designed, and they're just like, somebody finally noticed. Somebody saw my work.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure that is very real.
Yeah. In fact, I finally got my WoW NPC.
That's
So I'm
right.
in the game. Yeah, as
Yeah.
of Dragonflight. Thank God I didn't go in Shadowlands.
No one would
So I was
care.
able to get in Dragonflight. Yeah, I wouldn't care either.
Yeah, Dragonflight.
So-
What's your NPC in Dragonflight?
It's Crend the Pointless. So like Crend the Pointless. And I'm in a boat in a river
Fishing?
in Azerspan. Yeah, I'm fishing. And that's it. I sit there. If you click on me, he says inside pointless things are treasure. Okay, see ya.
Did
And
you
it's,
get to write that text or did they make that
No.
text?
They did it.
Okay.
So in
That's
fact,
pretty good.
one of the people came into my chat and they were like, I was in charge of designing your boat. And so they were like, they're like, I tried to make it so you were actually casting, like you're casting fishing and then pulling it back, but they're like, it was really difficult to do and we just gave up. And I was like, to be fair, I would have done the same thing. So it's pretty thematic.
Yeah, that's very thematic. That's very Crendor coded, as it
Yeah.
were, as the kids say. Yeah. So
Yeah, Crendor
I-
coded. Yep.
I must stress, so I haven't played any of the new WoW stuff, but when I asked Crendor, I was like, hey, tell me about it. Like, what's going on? Is it good? Should I give it a shot? And he's like, dude, I love this. I'm playing this and I'm in this area. Oh my God, this lizard dude, he looks so good. I keep looking at him. I'm like, what? How's the game? He's like, this lizard is amazing, dude. Look at him. Look at his eyes. And I'm like, but how is the game? He's like, I love it. It's great.
Well, I already know that Jesse only cares about the story, which is the
True.
thing that I care about the least.
right.
All right, I skip every cutscene in most games that I play. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
He's just chilling in the boat.
Yeah.
And so I like when I play the game, I mount farm. I do the new content for like collecting stuff and like just seeing what's happening, and then that's like it. Like that's how I play the game. Maybe do a raid or two, but for the most part, like I don't care about the overarching story. I'll give it a little bit of attention, but I'm not like deep diving into it or anything.
You very much are the yin to Jesse's yang, for sure.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, when it comes to game interest. So makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I love competitive games. I love RNG, things like Blood Bowl. So that's the opposite of what Jesse likes.
I
Complete
would
opposite.
say you're a kindred spirit in your competitive gaminess. specifically League. Which, how long has it been, Crendor? How many days since you
I
last?
actually haven't
leagued?
played in whenever that time was that you called me out on stream playing with Strippin. That was the last time I played League.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm very proud of you. Round of applause.
Yeah.
For me,
Thank you.
it's been 4 days since I last.
That's pretty
played
good.
League of Legends. Yeah.
Pretty good.
We'll see how long it goes this time around. Probably whenever Strippin asks me to play again, most likely. So.
Yeah, it's I love making pointless top 10. That's become my main thing now. It used to be the WoW machinimas, and now it's kind of I really like it because it fits the current YouTube algorithm as well. It's like
The top
the
10
right
list?
amount of time. Yeah, like it's the right amount of time. It's evergreen content, so you can watch top 10 snails like 3 years from now. Nothing's gonna be like outdated, right? And on top of that,
True.
it's very watchable, like in accession. So like you can click one and then be like, ooh, another one, and the algorithm loves that. That's like yum yum yum. Algorithm delicious.
Yeah.
Like if you're watching video after video, that's like the best thing you can do.
Right.
And so I also get a lot of people that don't even play WoW anymore. They're like, dude, I don't even play WoW anymore, but I had to watch like snails.
Fair. Hey.
Yeah, because I mean, a lot of people don't play the game, but they like the
there's
art.
10 snails that are noteworthy of any type. In
There's
any
not.
game.
That's the thing. There's not.
Oh, there's more. I had a list of like 20, 30.
You had to
There's
got
so
them
many
down.
snails.
You had to cut
A
them.
lot of those
you
got to whittle it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
No,
that's
I like thinking about it the way JP did. JP said he was like, "There's not even 10 snails." So like 2 of the top 10 are like one's a cat and one's a goat. It's just because I had nothing else to pick from.
I mean, I feel like I did do that in one video for something.
you had
But that was
to.
a while ago.
It's a good bit. It's
Yeah.
a good goof.
It's there's been a couple where it's like there's like 10 barely. Like I think when I did windmills, that was one, or scarecrows. I think scarecrows was pushing it. There's only like 10 or 11 scarecrows.
That makes sense. They're all in like low level alliance zones, right? Like
Some of them, but you'd be surprised. Some of these scarecrows are.
yeah. Jesse, what is this? Why are you like rocking him right
Hold
now?
on.
What's this?
What word did you say?
Scarecrow.
Are you
I
from
hear
the
it too.
18th century? Are you? What
Yes.
happened? Did you time travel here?
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
There's an
Scarecrow.
extra syllable when he says it. Yeah.
Scarecrow.
Scarecrow.
What is happening right now?
Scarecrow.
This is like
Yeah.
hearing Benedict Cumberbatch pronounce penguin. What is happening?
I don't hear it. I don't.
Penguin.
Scarecrow.
Penguin.
Are you saying that he's saying scarecrow?
Yes.
I know that
No,
because
for
my
sure.
entire
When he said
YouTube.
it, I wasn't going to say anything because I don't know him like that. But I'm glad.
No,
Jesse
I'll
brought
say
it up.
something. I'll say something.
No, I always said if you want to mispronounce something and wonder if it's correct, just make a video about it, and the comments will tell you. Like
Very
straight
true.
up, like everyone was like, "Scare a crow." Is that what he's saying? It's like when I said Montag, because I was doing top 10 bankers or ghost. I didn't know it was ghosts, and I did the Undercity bankers, and one of them's named like I guess it's Montague, like
Montague,
Romeo
yeah.
and Juliet.
Yeah.
I said Montag.
Oh, it's like when I say crown. People don't like that I pronounce it a crown, like a
I
writing
say
utensil.
wolf instead of wolf.
You just make the sound that they make.
Oh, like a crayon?
Yeah, crown.
Yeah.
Yes, everyone's like,
Yeah.
that dude says wolf. I'm like, wolf. It's a wolf.
Fair.
Like, no, you're saying woof. Whatever.
Fair.
Wolf?
It's a thing. It's a thing.
Woof.
Oh yeah, you say woof like bark bark bow wow yippee
You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean.
Woof.
You know what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying when I say scarecrow. In fact,
Yeah.
mine makes more sense because it's a thing that's scaring a crow away.
You know, here's the thing. I agree with you. It absolutely does. But it sounds like the way you would say something in 1864.
It's a very specific
We've got
year
to get the scarecrow out in the field, Pa.
in 1864.
I don't know. Those damn rebs are coming. Like, it's just, there's a vibe. It's like, I don't know
think you
what's
can say
going
that.
on.
I don't think you can say that. Yeah, that's. I think we're now canceled for the second time thanks to Jesse Cox this show.
Mhm. do it.
We've got the tabletop
you guys get a free
RPG
Sunday now.
community,
That's pretty
and yeah, it's rough. It's rough out here. Hey, let's talk video game news. Like you guys haven't talked about it 48 hours ago. Are you guys ready?
Barely did. Spoiler.
We
did not.
barely talked about any video yet.
Well, there's not that much news out this week, so you're good. Xbox had their big direct. That was probably the biggest thing that happened on Thursday. It was actually kind of crap. Like, it was great. They showed off 4 games. The big reveal that no one knew was coming was Ninja Gaiden 4, which I'm very excited about. What was that, Zeke?
4. He was giving you the 4,
And
dude.
You said 432.
there's a 2 and a 4, right?
Yes.
he-
There was a release the
Code?
same day. I think that was a code. Yeah. It was released the same day. They released Ninja Gaiden 2 Black, I think is the remaster name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird. Black's strange because they removed some things, but then they upped the jiggle physics, which, by the way, I'm here for. But they also removed some fights, which is interesting. And
Yeah.
I don't know what their choice was there, but it's cool. Spoiler: Ninja Gaiden Black is really fun.
It's also fucking hard, just in case you were
Yes.
wanting to jump in. Those games, not only are the NES games hard, as Zeke can attest to, but the 3D Xbox 360 era versions were also very hard. Notoriously difficult. So I'm hoping that they keep that as well for the 4th installment here, which they debuted on Thursday. I didn't expect this at all. It kind of came completely out of the blue. And it's coming soon, I think. Didn't they say? Or no, I think they said 2025 is when this is going to ship. Maybe fall 2025 at the end of the.
Yeah, this was the one that
video?
didn't have an actual release date.
Yeah. Which is great. The biggest takeaway from that whole event is that it kind of feels like Xbox is hitting their stride with monthly big releases for Game Pass. Specifically,
They
this
have
year.
all the companies, so
Yeah, they've got
they
all the
might as
companies,
well.
so it seems like that they've got things in order, all their ducks in order now.
Yeah.
But yeah, gameplay wise, I thought this looked fantastic. It's got pretty much everything you would want from that game. They got a new protagonist. They also had the OG protagonist in here that you'll see some footage of in just a second.
Ebusa, what are you doing? Yeah, he shows up. Honestly, they are showing some like platformy bits and things here and there, but I hope it's less of that and more just full on spectacle.
Sure.
Like, I really want a great spectacle fighter out of this. I want to fly around and like that. All right, whatever. But I want more of that. I want more brutal murdering guys because that's Platinum does that so well.
Yeah.
They're just really good at it.
I mean, you've got some ninjas fighting here, which is very much a spectacle in its own right. And then they also
Sure.
do the one-wing angel thing too, which is pretty funny for that.
Yeah, as one would do.
Yeah. But I'm down. I think a lot of people like, when was the last? It's been a long time. I want to say that it's been over a generation, at least in consoles, since we had a new one of those.
I don't. Man.
Very
Yeah.
long time.
If 2 was Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Man,
3
I don't know when
3 was
came out.
probably like PS3, Xbox, or yeah, probably PS3 late 360, or maybe PS4. I forget. It's been so
3
long.
was
since I played
PS3.
that.
Damn.
I know that there was like a headline or something that said that Phil mentioned that they had been working with Platinum trying to get this game figured out for like 7 years or some shit. So took some time to get it out there, but looks great nonetheless. The other 3 titles, Doom took the I guess the big title, the final slot in terms of what they were looking to show here, and it's looking, spoilers, it's Doom. It looks like a great Doom.
Also
Which-
hexing a little bit.
It's a little bit, yeah.
I feel like some games would benefit being like that, where you're like, yeah, it's just Doom. But I feel like there's a lot of games where I'm like, I wish it was still just what it used to be. you
Right.
know?
Well, I mean, look, when you play a Doom game, you want to play Doom, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
play a new iteration of Doom. You just want to play Doom. And that looks exactly what this is. The big thing in the marketing that came out of the video was that in a lot of the other Dooms, they talked about like how one was speed, one was like about aiming.
Eternal was speed. Yeah.
Yeah, and this one's about just being a tank, like just tanking all of the damage and beating the shit out of everything else. And that sounds kind of badass. You have a shield that you can always wear. You can parry stuff. You can reflect stuff. Obviously, they've got like all their arsenal of weapons, and they said that they're doing a bunch. It's I don't think they said the word open world, but it kind of came across like the game is going to be some sort of open world scenario, and not level based, I guess. I'm very curious to see what that's all about, and how like big these worlds actually are. Yeah, they said sandbox was the word.
Yeah, because they said there's a lot of stuff to find. I don't know. Something about that to me is aggravating because the one thing I look forward to in a Doom game is the rip and the tear.
Mm.
And when there's a pause in that and I'm looking for like secret loot underwater or whatever, mentally I know that's what I want to do is I want to go search for stuff. But I think spiritually, I just want to murder. I just want to like
But
go
what
into
if
a hallway and kill till I'm at the end of the hallway.
what if all the secret stuff is just more opportunities to kill?
Then all right. But then I don't want to have to like seek out the murder. I want them to come to me. I
Okay.
want the I'm not
You're
trapped
lazy.
in here with you, you're trapped in here with me moment, but all the time for 8 hours in one Doom game. Like
Yeah.
that's what I want. The good news is I can just skip it. I will fight every ache in my body to go look for loot, but I'll be like, no. I will only murder.
Yeah, if they make the content rewarding enough, I'll definitely go and do it. I want to say I 100%ed all the other modern Doom games just because I loved those games. They're always just a blast to go into, and like you said, just kill things. Just jump into the combat and have an absolute blast. And if it's kind of Elden Ring influenced or sandboxy or whatever the influence is that had them go that direction, I think I'm okay with that. I trust that they're going to still have the core tenets of Doom, ripping and tearing, as you said.
The smartest thing they did, honestly, if you can find that clip, when they revealed the sliders for all the settings, that's more games need that.
Oh, yeah,
You can do 200% speed. You can change the slider. There's so many different options, and you can move the sliders. That is fire. That screen right there, more games need this.
Yeah.
This is parry window 600. You can change little tiny things to make it more your speed of a game. Because to me, Eternal, I didn't like as much as 2016 because Eternal was jumping around and it almost felt like you had to play to the music.
It was
which is
platforming,
cool.
yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't the same thing. And this, I love this. I love more games need this. Days duration. This is awesome.
There's a lot of games that could use options like that.
Yeah.
Which they kind of have that in sports games, but sometimes those aren't even good. Or like they're like, I cranked up this slider and it doesn't do anything. Dude, I swear to God, I played Madden. I used to do Glass Bones Greg. All right. Every year I'd make a character that had the worst injury slider and see how long it took him to get injured. All right. And I'd make him like the smallest character. And there hit a point, I want to say like Madden 2017, where that shit just broke. Like I would play the entire game without getting injured. And I was like, does this even work? Like, I think it's fake. It's either that it's fake or they just didn't give a shit. And knowing Madden and EA, they probably just didn't give a shit. They're just like, yeah, whatever.
It's just a fake slider that does nothing.
Yeah. So it's disappointing.
Yeah.
There is clearly a version of this run that a streamer could do where you do damage to player, max that out.
Max everything up. Yeah.
And I'm saying like max out damage to player, max out damage to demons. So it's like one hit to you, one hit to me. Let's go. That would be fire to watch. I would love to see that kind of stuff.
It adds replayability 100%.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And as someone who like always plays these games on the hardest setting, because I love the challenge, and they are quite a challenge on the hardest difficulty. The fact that I can even make it more difficult is very exciting. But we'll see how it is. I liked Eternal, where you didn't like Eternal with the platforming and you almost like played the game to the rhythm of the music. I really enjoyed that. It clicked with me very easily and very quickly. I don't know I don't know how it's going to be. The idea of with them being like, you are a tank, and you are meant to stand in front of the enemies in this game and parry and block. Sounds a little like Souls E or Action E in content, but maybe it'll be fine.
I mean, I'm trying to think of the game that this is gonna sound weird, but it almost has like a Cuphead parry system. Remember in Cuphead, it would be like only one color you could block and punch back, and in this one it's green.
Yeah.
So all these colors are coming at you, and if you see green, parry or block or put, like it seems like it clicks pretty easy. So I mean, I'm kind of here for it.
Yeah. I think it'll be fun regardless. And you can also use the shield for other things. They just showed a little bit of like traversal there where you could throw it at different things and it would be able to pull you to them. But
sure. I will say the
very
one
much a
thing
Doom
that
game.
happened when I watched the trailer and I watched this clip, I was like, man, that looks awesome. But then when the music kicked in, the first thought I had was, it's not McG.
Yeah, it's very true. Like the music's not bad, 100%, but
It's just not.
if you've played those other games and you're also on the internet a lot, that story was such a big story that it's always going to be a conversation. It's always going to be in the back of my head, how all of that stuff went down. And also how good those soundtracks were. Cause
Man-made music with like chainsaws and blades and like brilliant stuff.
yeah. And it kind of taints the game. Honestly, I
Yeah.
agree with you in that sense. It won't ruin it for me, but it'll definitely be anytime the music kicks in. Like, I wonder what Mick would have done here. I wonder.
Yeah, it isn't. Yeah, it isn't like what's weird is I enjoyed the entire video and the trailer and the whole thing, and I was like, awesome. But in the back of my mind, the entire time, I was like, they really screwed over McG.
Yeah,
I don't know.
they did as well. They were also trying to pitch, and you're seeing this, around Square Enix, I think, with Final Fantasy VII remakes, and the idea that like this is a prequel and you don't have to have played the other Doom games. They made a very big point to mention that so that people aren't like, oh, well, I got to play the other two ones before I jump in. No, this is like honestly a starting game. They said it would lead directly into Doom 2016 story-wise. And so they're trying to, cut that whole thing marketing wise so that people aren't like, well, I don't want to touch that. I haven't touched those other games from, the other two games that have already come out. Why would I want to play the third one? So I think you'll start to see a lot more people do that or try to assess that. If it's a ongoing IP, a lot of people don't have the time to play through multiple games.
I
It
mean,
makes sense.
in a best case scenario, Nintendo announces a ninja drop for Animal Crossing right around the same time. We get to relive that COVID moment all
dream.
over again.
Oh, that's
the dream,
that's
really.
right. Yeah, that
the
was
dream.
right at the start of COVID. I forgot about that. Yeah,
Yep.
Give me that Animal Crossing.
That got people through, man.
Doom and Animal Crossing. More
Doom
so
and
Animal
Animal
Crossing,
Crossing.
but yeah, that was a
Yeah.
marketing. That was kind of like the Barbenheimer
Yeah.
movie phenom that happened. So also I will say, not to talk about it too much, but the like production behind these 4 little videos that they did around the studios, I thought was very good. At
Yeah.
Xbox, it was a nice little packaged 45-minute show, as it were.
We've been seeing that a lot lately. My brain just died. The Dawn, help me out here, chat.
What?
The vampires and the Rebel Wolves
Dawnbreaker
team.
or Dawn Walker. Dawn Walker.
Yes, the Dawn Walker
Yeah.
thing was roughly the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They walked around. You got to honestly kind of enjoy that stuff. I know at a certain point you got to show us the game.
Right.
But for an announcement of something, I'm fine with having devs be like, "This is what we're working on. This is what we're doing." It adds a little human element than just a video.
Right.
So, like, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. What else was there? By the way, Zeke, Crendor, are you guys Doom heads? I think, Zeke, you've played all the Dooms, right? All the recent ones?
I played through 2016. I think I got most of the achievements. I didn't play. I never played through on the hardest difficulty.
Okay.
But the second one I didn't really play. But this one looks amazing. Like as far as like
You're into it?
a melee Doom, like melee focus Doom, with like cudgels and fucking morning stars and shit, dude. This looks like my fucking kind of Doom, where like you were talking about being a tank and stuff. That's all I played. Like even in FPS games, if they offer you a melee option, I'm taking it.
Sure. Yeah.
I only played old Doom.
Yeah. Just the OG.
Yeah, just the OG one.
Yeah. No interest in the new shooters.
not really. We talked about this on Cox and Crendor, but I want games where you play as the monsters.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And everyone's always
It's
like,
the
it was
idea.
evolved or whatever the shit. I'm like, no, I want like something that's done well and like fun where you play against.
They don't care. That company doesn't exist anymore. He can say that.
We created Monster Hunter from our talks. All right.
That's
where
our
you
idea,
are
Monster
the
Hunter Hunter.
monsters and you hunt the party members that are trying to fight you. And so you like take their armor when they're killed and you can like maybe like melt it down, make yourself some
put it
like
on your
shin
body.
pads or something. Yeah, or maybe you unlock new monsters, you go up the ranks, like you get new abilities. You're like, oh, now I can kill those people with like fire breath. And you're just like, ugh. That'd be sick.
Yeah, you get a collection of palicos that you keep back in your cave, and they like bring you treasures and stuff, and they feed you.
I'm down. Sounds great.
So I was saying they always have Vermintide where you play as the humans. I'm like, I want to play as the Skaven, dude.
Yeah,
like,
no, I agree
have
with
a
you there.
full, I have a full Skaven army in real Warhammer, right? Like more than one Skaven army.
Yeah.
And it's like, I want warp fire throwers. I want to have like rattling guns. You're just like, yeah, you're just like mowing people down. Plays like storm fiends and shit.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing. Instead, it's like, I'm a guy with a pole arm.
But here's the thing, Crendor. Do you think you could actually take down the Doom guy?
With what? Skaven?
No, I mean, if you're just a demon in the Doom world, could you take down the Doom guy? I don't think that's
He might be like a
possible.
final boss or something.
Oh, so you're just
still
fighting like
lose.
normal humies?
Yeah, you progress. Like you
Okay.
fight, first you start fighting like Wood League people like Sam. Then you progress to,
Nice.
like some average players. Then you get to like, you work your way up the ranks. And at the end, you're playing the Masters. That's where you'd fight Doom Guy.
You got Doom guy in there. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. that
Have you
checks
guys
out.
if you want to do that, have you seen the game The Dark Queen of Morpholm?
What is
It
that?
is a game where you are the final boss in a Dark Souls game, and a persistent hero keeps coming back to fight you over and over and over again, and you literally beat the crap out of him, but he keeps coming back stronger and stronger and stronger. It is a very cool game. I don't know, it's maybe like 40 minutes long-ish. It's like a fun little indie.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like Crendor's got to play
I think
that now.
it's Mortholme, the Dark Queen of Mortholme. Very cool idea.
Yeah. Moving along with the Xbox thing, this was my like game of the show out of the 4 that they showed. I'm very much interested in the Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
This is the winner.
Yeah. This is looking very badass. Very much a Western JRPG. French Persona is another thing that a lot of people are throwing out there because the devs are French. We got to see a little bit of the story of this and the premise of that, which I think is badass. And it's the idea that out in the world, there's this giant being, and every year she writes a number on this like totem, and anyone that's over that age or is that age dies. And so now they're on 33. So everyone, like the oldest people in the world, are 33 years old. And they send out these like expeditions to try and uncover what's going on and try to stop it. And it's kind of I don't know. I like cool premises like that. It's also got an insane voice acting list.
Yeah.
Ton of people from pretty much like every famous game you can think of. It's got Baldur's Gate people. It's got Ben Starr. It's got Final Fantasy people. It also has Gollum. Gollum's in there.
And Charlie Cox.
Charlie Cox,
Daredevil's
aka
in there.
Daredevil. Yeah.
Yeah. What's crazy is in the footage they showed, the one character they didn't show, besides I guess all the main characters, we didn't see Ben Starr's character, which I'm
You
convinced.
saw him at the very end.
I'm convinced he's the villain, and I'm convinced he's gonna be like 45. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like there's gonna be something messed up and weird there, which I'm very excited for.
Like right here. Oh, did they cut it out of this? There's a last bit that's like cutscene, and it shows Ben Starr's character, who definitely looks like he's mid 40s.
Yeah, there's gonna be something weird here, and you can tell it's a weird game because they introduced 2 things in this that I absolutely love. One, there's a character who is kind of like a blue mage in Final Fantasy. That guy right there that was kind of on the screen.
Yeah. The
Yeah, that
troll,
dude.
That guy. This is
Yeah,
your
and he,
airship,
like-
but yeah.
Can learn different abilities and shit. And I was like, that's awesome. And then, excuse me. that big dude, that's your airship?
Yeah,
Your airship is a big, cute man? Hilarious. I don't know what this game's going to be.
it's really
It's going
random.
to be super weird.
It's definitely French. Persona is the name I've seen thrown around, and I pretty much agree with.
Yeah.
That this character Zeke, you can I'll speak in a language Zeke will understand. It seems like that big
Okay.
the troll guy is your Teddy. He's got kind of like a jovial nature to
Do you
him.
hate him?
He seems just kind of like a cool, fun guy instead of a person that you hate. But
Yeah.
I
Okay.
definitely got Teddy vibes from him. Yeah.
Combat
Okay.
seems very much like a Mario RPG,
Yes.
where you can like block and like do active things in combat.
Yeah. This is the
Look at him.
overworld, by
This
the way.
is look at him. This is your guy.
Yeah.
This is how you travel the world. That shit's hilarious.
Yeah,
It's
he's got-
amazing.
he's got like a deep voice. He talks slow. They're talking about the way that you can upgrade him here. If he can fly or go into like, I'm sure certain types of water or whatever the obstacles will be.
Also, there's builds you can do for the characters. So they show like
They show
They
a
loot,
list.
like, a
Yeah. let's
Path of
see.
Exile level of options, which seem crazy to me. I have no idea. That screen right there.
Yeah.
You can see all the different things you can do to your characters. Robert Pattinson there and his 3 Robert Pattinson's angels. I don't know what the hell that's going to be like, but it makes me wonder because it seems like this is a very deep game, but it's a small dev team, which this can't be more than 30 hours, right? This can't be a huge 80-hour RPG. There's no way. This has to be like Super Nintendo era length,
Yeah, I would think so.
which I'm fine with, by the way.
I think that's
It's
fine
just-
as well. I would prefer that compared to
Yeah.
an 80-hour Persona.
Yeah, I don't think there's a way that you can make this long with like that level of a team. It's very small. So, and it's their first game. I'd be very curious. I'm like, there's a lot of hype within me around this. This seems right up my alley for like a good RPG. Plus, look at it. This is like Crendor level. Who are these guys?
These are like
These guys
just
look like they live at
trolls.
I
Crendor's
do
house.
like these guys.
Yeah, they're just. I think they referred to them as trolls.
Yeah, the little trollish dudes.
Yeah, it's also a $50 price point. That was another thing that I don't know if that was revealed here, but April, I think, release date, or was this May? One of the
This is April.
this is
this is, I
April,
think,
and then Doom is
Yeah,
May.
April 25th, maybe something like that.
Yeah.
April 12th. I don't know.
Yeah.
April something.
It's on Game Pass. This is
24th.
their big April thing on Game
Yeah,
Pass.
Doom is May. Doom, I think, is May 15th. This is end of April, and then their other game was March, I think.
Yeah, that's the
South of Midnight?
the South of Midnight game, which we'll get to in just a sec. Definitely the I guess least talked about game, but we'll talk
Sure.
about it in just a sec. Yeah, I'm very much on board. For
What
this.
was the name of this one again?
This is
Expedition 33.
yeah, it's got a
It has like a
long name.
big title, but
Claire
Expedition
Obscure Expedition 33. I think they refer to it as Expedition 33. I don't know if that's like their Final Fantasy-ism, where it's going to be like Claire Obscure Expedition whatever in the future.
yeah, it's gonna be like Claire Obscure, this thing, or that seems like their overarching title, but it's definitely Expedition 33.
Yeah. I think it looks gorgeous though. Like I'm all about it. Every aspect of it seems both whimsical but also interesting from a story point of view.
Yeah.
The
I
premise
love a
was
good
badass.
overworld map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Art's great.
Art is great. Yeah, that was the first huge takeaway. Combat seems super fun. The voice acting could carry the game when everything else is also very, very good to begin with. But like I
Yeah.
said, it's got insane voice acting list. Shadowheart, Ben
The
Starr,
combat
Charlie
for being
Cox.
turn-based looks incredible. Like,
Right.
I don't know. The
very
music is great.
active.
Everything about it.
Yeah, the music's good. We didn't mention that, but the music's also very good in all the videos they showed. Very excited to play it. We'll
Mhm.
see if they can land make the landing.
And look, shockingly enough, I must stress this. For those of you who have not jumped on, this seems like such a shill moment, but I'm just going to do it. Game Pass. It's actually a really good deal. And all 4 of these games are day 1 Game Pass. And
Yeah.
like, I'm just saying it because it is. And you don't have to have an Xbox. Literally, your PC can get Game Pass games. It's built into it now. So It's one of those everything's an Xbox. So your uncle could be an Xbox for all I know. I'm sure he has games in him, but I'm saying like this, you might as well just get it. It's worth it. I don't know if it's worth it if you don't like the, if you're not into any of these games, obviously don't do it, but
Yeah.
it's a good deal.
Well, it seems like this year, like kind of like what I was saying when I introed the Xbox dev event, it seems like Xbox is hitting it, or Xbox. What the fuck did I just say? Xbox. I love me some Xbox. It seems like Game Pass. That's what I combined Xbox and pass in one word. It seems like Game Pass is hitting its stride.
This guy thought he was Wilson.
Yeah, I
Wilson
thought it
would
was
never
Wilson.
do something like that.
Wilson would do that, and then I explained to you why I did that, But I would have to do it. I'd have to make a cultural reference, like that. There's some tribe.
Yeah,
somewhere.
you're teaching a lesson.
Yeah, some tribe somewhere in an unforeseen village knows about the Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
They combined it into one word. So that's on me.
which I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how he got around all those islands.
I don't either. Maybe he just read a bunch of books. Maybe he's just a book guy.
Yeah, maybe he's a book guy.
Might have been a book guy. We go in his house in a couple episodes. He looks like he's got a bunch of books.
He does.
Yeah.
Didn't he have a daughter?
Yeah. Gretchen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
That's
know
right,
how
I
I can pull
remember.
these names out of the fucking.
You said it was your favorite. We heard you owned a house that had
some of
all
the-
the Blu-rays in it.
Yeah, you got
don't
all the
need to explain
Blu-rays.
that. Yeah.
There's a big episode where Gretchen and Wilson, they have to have a heart to heart, and it's very important.
He doesn't know how to talk to her anymore.
That's true. You seem to know a lot about it now.
No, that show was the tropiest shit that ever existed. And literally, I just made that up right then.
Oh, okay. Well,
Literally, I don't know if that's what it's about, but I'm pretty sure that's what it was about.
that's what it's about. Yeah, you
See? Yeah, I can just guess and it's accurate.
Yeah.
That's like when Jesse guessed the entire Medea's Christmas movie.
Yeah,
I
it's
watched
like,
Medea's Christmas and I
100%.
was like, from moment one, like, this is what's going to happen. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I know media.
it's exactly like that.
Yeah.
Anyways, the fourth and final game that they talked about, South of Midnight. This game is a hard sell for a lot of people because they see it and they're just like, why is the FPS so low?
I absolutely dude, I get what they were going for. I love the concept of stop motion. I always think it's good. I watch those movies and I love them. This, sadly, it's going to be clipped to shit on the internet. And dudes are going to post all over social media with like a 13-second clip of a character moving and being like, look how trash this game is.
Yeah.
The FPS is terrible. Zero context. Like, I get what they wanted to do, but yeah, it's definitely going to get beat up online because of the choices
100%.
they made.
Yeah.
Which is like, all right.
Well,
But it looks cool.
It sucks too. I mean, even watching it live, I had someone in chat and went like, "Why does this look like Forspoken?" And it looks nothing like Forspoken,
Nothing
except
even
that
remotely
there's a
like it,
black
yeah.
female protagonist. So,
There's gonna be a lot of that. There's gonna be a lot of that kind of vibe.
yeah,
And then people will use the clips of the slow FPS to justify hating on it more, which
Yeah.
is gonna be a whole thing.
there you could tell too in the way that they showed the game. Only the cutscenes were stop motion, like the
Right.
gameplay. They have a toggle for it. It looks like to where it's more fluid, and they didn't show any of the gameplay with stop motion turned on, from what I could tell. And that was definitely because of all the criticism it got.
It looks fun. Everything that I'm seeing, I'm like, all right, this could be super entertaining. The alligator fight looks super cool. That weird spider lady. There's a lot of really interesting stuff here. I love the New Orleans lore vibe going on. There's a lot, but again, it reminds me a lot of hey, as a nerd, I love the show Dragon Prince. I think it's very fun. That first season, I can't watch it again because it's this level of FPS where it was a design choice they made. And it's all right. And so, yeah, this will be interesting. I'm very excited for this. Again, glad it's on Game Pass because this is an easy, all right, I'm already paying for this damn thing, so I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
It definitely feels like it'd give me eye strain or something after a while.
Well,
Or motion
so
sickness or something.
I saw a lot of conversation around that. Did you watch the animated Spider-Man movies, Crendor?
No.
Okay. Because that's usually the answer that I get from people that are like, oh, yeah, it's going to cause me eye strain or whatever. They never watch those movies either. But the wild thing is that movie did incredibly well in sales. So maybe.
But there was also
I think it
there
looks
was
cool.
also reason
Yeah.
behind it. Like each of the different characters was a different frame rate.
Right. Yeah.
So
To
when
go
they're
with
all on
the
screen
character
together,
themes.
some characters moved differently than other ones because they were supposed to represent different universes, and it was a very smart choice. And I think you're allowed to do things. It's art. You're creating something, and this is a choice they made. And the game could be amazing, but you just have to accept there are going to be people online who are going to cherry pick stuff in this and just tear it down just cause. It's just going to happen.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
I'll tell you this, as someone who plays, like, CD-ROM games and shit like that, and part of the problems that come up are oftentimes FPS issues.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if I could play this game and not want to fucking fix it.
Well, I think there's a toggle.
There is a
I
toggle.
can't confirm
Yes.
this.
Yeah, there was enough
Okay.
pushback that they have announced that there was a toggle, which there's two ways to go about that, right? Like there's one to be like, no, fuck you. This is our creative vision. Or
Sure.
two, like, shit, no one's going to play this game. We're really worried about it. I guess we'll just put a toggle in there and hopefully that'll, circumvent all of that.
Yeah, I mean,
It's like
honestly,
the option thing from earlier.
It's like
They have an option.
Yeah.
that should have been like in the early development of the game. It should have been like something that they were like happy to talk about. Like, don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
We have
Well-
this as our vision, but if you don't like that, we have an option for you.
Yeah.
Like,
That's kind
It
of what
shouldn't
they
have been
did.
like, oh fuck, I guess we'll put it in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we'll never
That's
know
like
what
the
development
crazy
process
artist
was, but-
person would do that because they're like, this is my vision. If you don't like it, fuck you. Like, there's definitely that type of art person out there.
what's interesting
Yeah,
about so
for sure.
them as a company, their last two games have been visually and artistically amazing,
Right.
like genuinely incredible. Gameplay wise, though, they're all over the place. Like We Happy Few, the first hour of that game might be one of my favorite first hours in any game, and then it dramatically falls apart, like in a way that I was like, wait, this is the game?
Yeah.
This is what I'm so. It did not land well with me at all. I loved the beginning of that game, and then it just died.
Right.
And I think most people feel the same way. And so they really nail, like, again, yeah, I seen chat Contrast, their other game.
Yep.
Beautiful
Contrast is the
game.
third one.
Conceptually loved it, but like gameplay wise, it starts to fall apart. And this is my big worry for this one, is I love the look, I love the vibe. It is so cool looking. But like gameplay wise, when you see scenes like this, it's like you go in an arena, you fight a few guys, you move on. Like, is that compelling? Will I enjoy that after 4 hours? I don't know. I have no clue.
I saw a lot of conversation around the like arena fights and how the combat was the biggest worry in all of the previews. And this was prior to this, so they've gotten that feedback, I'm sure.
Yeah.
But I saw a lot of people talking about that in all their preview coverage. So we'll see what they take from that and if they can, work on it at all. But the nice thing, and I'm sure Xbox is also gonna say this as well, is like, hey, it's on Game Pass. So if you're paying for it,
Might as well get it. Yeah.
might as well just check it out. Might as well just download
I
it.
mean, I will. And my hope is that it's great. Like, I most certainly don't want games to be bad. I want to play a game and I want to fall in love with it. And so,
No, I want
fingers
games to be
crossed.
bad.
Well, of course you do.
Yeah. Here you can see the stop motion stuff. The whole game seemed all voice acted. It seemed
Mhm.
very competently voice acted from everything that I heard. Art style obviously
Now, I might
taking a
have a-
very big stab in this in terms of the allure of it. What were we gonna say, Zeke?
I might have a misconception about this. Like the FPS issues or the FPS choice, is it during the actual gameplay or during just like the cutscene cinematics, whatever?
Well, that's what I was saying. In this preview, they showed that the gameplay, they had it toggled off, but in the cutscenes, it's all stop motion.
So it is in the gameplay then.
Yes. Yeah. It can
Okay,
be,
okay.
but there's a toggle.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's great then. I mean, I don't mind watching cutscenes like that, but if I'm playing the game and it's low FPS, it feels wrong. It feels broken.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like what other games have actually done a like stop motion slash low FPS well, but
To be honest, it's mostly point and clicks that do that.
Yeah, I was
shit.
about to say, what's the game? Fish guy. My brain just died. Harold Halibut.
Halibut.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
with the claymation stuff, yeah.
Fish guy. Fish guy. Yeah, Harold
Love
Halibut.
Fish Guy.
There's been a lot of those that
Yeah.
are really well done. I'm totally here for this like style of animation. You can see in the combat, it seems fine. Like it doesn't stress me out, but I very much know it'll be clipped and put
It'll be
online,
picked
and then
apart,
people
yeah.
will shit on it, and then people won't want to play it, and so
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of people in chat are referencing that the Miles Morales costume in Spider-Man, where it made the suit render at like 24 FPS, but the rest of the game was 60 or whatever you had it set to. Yeah, I that was definitely a struggle to play. So maybe it won't work in this as well. But they have the toggle here, so it should alleviate a lot of that.
again, big fan of toggles. Give me sliders, all of them.
And that was everything from the developer direct. Is that what they called it? Xbox Developer Direct 2025. And with the last game, Doom, being out in May, that means that whatever they show at E3, Summer Game Fest, whatever we call this, the Keighley thing, whatever, June, July, we go right up to that date, and then they can kind of show and announce everything after it. So we got a nice little schedule from Xbox, which we have not had in the past couple of years, specifically for Game Pass. So if they can nail that and have the whole year planned out, that's great. That's fantastic. I'm definitely on board for like, hey, here's our big game of the month. Play this. I'm about that. If they could put out 12 games of that quality and that scale, because they have all the fucking studios.
Yeah, I mean, they have so many studios, and they didn't put out a lot for a while, which was like, that's why everyone was making fun of them. They bought all these studios and then did nothing with them. It's about time. It's about time they're doing something.
Yeah. Xbox news. There was an interview before we jump away from Xbox. There was an interview that Phil Spencer did. He was on a bunch of different podcasts, but one of the things that came up was the idea of Xbox games on other platforms, and the big quote was quote, "To keep games off platforms we don't think is a path. That's not a path for us. It doesn't work for us." He also talked about, what does that mean? Are we going to see Xbox games on, Nintendo platforms? The answer was yes. Are we going to obviously see more games on PlayStation? The answer was yes. And I think that makes sense for Xbox, right? Like when you have as many studios as they do, you want to get it out there on as many platforms as possible. There's no reason to make it. That's a consumer win in my eyes when you put it on as many things to play.
And then you don't have to buy an Xbox.
Exactly.
Yeah, also, Xbox isn't a platform. Like,
Yeah.
Xbox, they're trying to make it an experience, man. Because honestly, TVs you can play Xbox on now. You can play
Yeah.
Xbox on your computer, your TV, your fridge. Like, they've got it everywhere. Honestly, you might as well pull a Sega and be like, we're just going to release our games. Like, you don't have to buy a Sega console anymore. Just enjoy our games anywhere. Frankly, here for it. Love that. Keep it going.
Yeah. I have I think my LG smart TV with no other, just the OS installed. You can download the Xbox app and stream those games.
Yep.
I
it's
think that's awesome.
Surprising how well it works.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be laggy as hell. It is. It's actually pretty good. I was shocked.
Yep.
Dude, that's what I thought with GeForce Now when I was doing that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's same fidelity.
It was great.
For sure.
Yeah. No, the streaming services are really catching up to what we want them to be. Like the NVIDIA GeForce Now or whatever it is excellent. Like I did a sponsored thing for them like a year ago or whatever, and it was like I was holding up my keyboard and pressing the button and it was jumping at the same time. The lag, the whatever it is pretty much minimal now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They had me do a sponsor for like WoW. They're like, we want to show off WoW and like the new add-ons and stuff, which was crazy because like having a cloud gaming service with WoW add-ons was like kind of mind blowing. So you're like, how are they doing this? Like what? But they legit had like 40, 50 add-ons, and I literally just made my UI. I was like, it's practically like I'm just playing the game. Like it was insane the levels at which cloud gaming's advanced.
Yeah. Well, I think you look at what PlayStation or really Square was talking about with all the Final Fantasy VII sales, and them being down because it was beholden to only PlayStations, right? And sure, there's another, the idea that it's the second game in a series and whatever. But the fact that it was PlayStation only, that's definitely going to hurt sales. That recently just launched on PC. There's definitely a PC market for it. I think they had 20,000 people at one point around there peaked on Steam. So like I'm all for Xbox just being like, fuck it, let's put it on everything. And I think also third-party devs are going to see that and be like, yeah, let's just put my games on everything. Why not? Like more sales is better for us.
And it's going through Xbox, right? Like
right.
They get that kickback and like, oh yeah, no, we'll put it on PlayStation and Nintendo or whatever. But the money's going through Xbox, and so in the end, Xbox still wins.
Yeah. And I, in a lot of ways, I feel like PlayStation will have to figure that out. It's in some degree, or maybe they won't, and they'll just keep making PlayStation games, and that sucks for people outside that ecosystem. But for people in the ecosystem, maybe it's okay. I don't know.
But especially in a world where games are costing $500 million to make, and they're like, we have to recoup our costs.
Right.
If that's the case, then you got to put it out in more places than just the one.
Right.
And then, Square Enix is notorious for being like, every game we've ever made has fallen under the amount of sales we want to make.
Well, how many copies did you make? Well, we sold 40 million but it was a failure.
Like every time, guys, every time.
Yeah. Square Enix, I don't think has had a public success for them in quite some time. Maybe 14.
Every 14, but they don't acknowledge it. 14 definitely holding that company up.
Oh, yeah, like, we also make 14. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
Like, then they'll be like straight up every game. Just go back and look. Like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, they didn't make as much money as we wanted. Final Fantasy VII Remake, Final Fantasy 16 didn't do it. Dragon's Quest, like none of that. Like, that's why they got rid of Eidos and all. They're like, yep, didn't make the money we were looking for. Like, it sold 5 million copies. What were you expecting?
Yeah.
Like, well, just, it was Tomb Raider. We thought 5 million's a lot of copies, y'all. Whatever.
Got to sell 1 billion. So, yeah, maybe Xbox being on everything will help, alleviate that issue. I think I also saw a quote saying that for the third installment of the Final Fantasy Remake series, the Rebirth series. Is there a name for for whatever that is? Is it just the Remake series?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. No clue.
Yeah, I don't know if
think
they've
the next
pinned a
one's
name.
Reunion, I think, is what we're going to do.
Yeah, I think
the
that's
Square
the
Enix thing is, it's like Twitch streamers or YouTubers or anything, and they get like 80 million views, and they're like, my friend got 100 million. I'm a complete failure. Like, they're just always comparing themselves to everybody else they know.
That is very true.
I honestly think it's like the people who talk about that from Square Enix all had parents that were like, why isn't this an A+?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
That's true. Yeah, anyway, I was going to say the quote or a headline that I remember seeing this past week was that Square Enix came out and said that the next Final Fantasy VII, reunion, whatever they're going to call it, won't be PlayStation exclusive.
Right.
At launch. So I don't know if that means like PlayStation and PC dual launch, or if it's going to be like multiplex. Is the first remake on Xbox yet?
No, it's on PC. Well, but here's the thing. Windows is PC. Windows is Xbox. So again, Xbox secretly behind the scenes, even though no one's buying the console, behind the scenes, they're just like, Microsoft's still making cash, so we're good.
Yeah.
It's very weird, that ecosystem, but no, it's not on Xbox. You can't get it on Xbox.
Not on the Xbox platform, yeah. Chat, it's true. This is a semantic fact check, but it's actually true. They said it won't be PlayStation 6 exclusive.
which is hilarious because I was like PlayStation 6, and then I read they're like PlayStation 6 aiming for 2027.
Yeah.
And then I was like, then why the hell buy a PS5 Pro?
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably go on sale for like $10.
Yeah,
Pick
I
one
would
up.
think so for $10. Yeah. That
Yeah.
seems about right.
Yeah.
'Cause you got 2 whole years. What are you gonna do? Play it on your normal ass PS5? No.
Look,
JP,
guys,
what do you think about that?
I got a PS5 Pro right here. Okay, let me. It's got a thin layer of dust. I don't know if you guys can see that, but you know we do have.
Did you have a normal PS5?
Yeah, it's
So what
sitting.
happened to that?
It's also on the desk, still plugged in, and I haven't messed with it since I transferred hard drives to the PS5 Pro, which is covered in dust. It actually still has the white power LED on, which I think it means, hey, you need to turn me off because I'm not working anymore.
My PS5's been great for Blu-rays.
Oh
Great
yeah,
Blu-ray
is that
player.
your Blu-ray player? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
fantastic.
I think I want them to bring back the days of, or I guess it wasn't multiple systems that did it, but like I would love them to bring back like what they did with the Sega Genesis and the 32X and the Sega CD.
Where you
I just want
add
them
more
to
things
make like
to
the
it.
PS5 Pro, and it's just an add-on that's bulky and it just
Well,
attaches weird. To your
at that
fucking
point, you just want a
PS5.
PC, right?
It looks like a UFO. You stick it on top and it glows and lights shoot out of it.
Yeah.
I'm here for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Those are the days.
I'm fine with that. That'd be fine.
You put it together
Did they
wrong
try to do that?
on a wobbly table, it snaps, and you got to buy a new one. It's great.
Didn't PlayStation try to do that? And they were like, buy this, and then you could buy accessories for it. Wasn't that a whole thing? And the internet was like, no, don't do that.
I think the last company that did that was was Nintendo, and they started with the Rumble Pack, which gave vibration to controllers, which was hilarious. And then, because it was like this big blocky thing that shoved into the back of the controller.
Yeah, the N64.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Noah's
Then
an
they
item you
had,
can find in Zelda.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Then they had Donkey Kong 64. You had to put in like a memory pack because
You
the
had the
game
memory
was too
pack.
big.
Yep. I don't think there was anything else like add-on though. Yeah, the Dreamcast
expansion
had those memory cards with the LED screens. God, it fucking sucked when you lost those. Because like you lost everything if it ever came out of the controller. So Rumble, yeah, I think Rumble Packs were the last one that I can recall, Jesse. Unless there was the Saturn, because the Saturn had the 32X, which was the thing that plugged into the cartridge port, and then you put the game on top of into that, I think is how it worked.
I mean, they're definitely for
32X
PS.
hooked into the Sega Genesis.
That was the Genesis. Okay.
Yeah, for
Yeah, yeah.
PS4 they
No, I
had
think
the
you guys
whole
might
like.
be forgetting.
What?
You might be forgetting because I was a pawnbroker at the time. We dealt with a lot of video game systems. That was like
Mhm.
one of our biggest sale points was like, or turnover rates was like, if it's a game system, we'll sell it. Blah blah blah. Blah. But the Wiimote little cube thing.
Oh yeah, to make
Yes.
it a
wasn't on
Wiimote
the
Pro.
bottom of the
Or
Wiimote.
Wiimote Plus. Pro
Mhm.
Plus?
Yep. 'Cause
Yeah.
it made the Wiimotes that much more responsive and precise and better.
I bought
Yep.
those.
We had millions of those when the Wii U came out, or
The Wiimote Pro or Plus or whatever.
whatever the next console was, the
The
Wii U.
Yeah.
When Wii U came out, we were left with just like boxes of those little cubes that went in the bottom of your Wiimote because they were worth it. Honestly, like if you played Wii,
Sure.
they were pretty worth it.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. It had good stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, I forgot
for
about this.
PlayStation 4, they had the whole PSVR. Like, that was a lot. That was like multiple cords, a whole extra box.
I mean,
They had to do a
PSVR
whole
2 is
thing
still
for that.
there on PS5. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
What was the
PSVR 2 is
Xbox
much
one?
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You had to like track your movements. You play like Just
Kinect?
Dance and all those.
The
Yeah,
Kinect.
Kinect. Yeah.
That was kind of cool until it became weird when it would like be on when the console wasn't on. You're like,
Yeah,
What?
who'd have that in their
Dude,
homes, like
the-
everywhere?
For me, whatever
Alexa, look up the Kinect, please.
the weirdest like third party peripheral, although it was I guess first party peripheral, it was the Wiimote condom. Do you guys remember that? You could get a free condom from
yeah.
Nintendo, because people were throwing their controllers and breaking TVs. That they sent
rubber
out the
protector.
Wiimote condom. Yeah, the gel sleeve
For protection. Right.
for protection. Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Weirdest thing, but I guess it saved TVs at the end of the day.
What I want to know is, like, outside of VR, because you can, I mean, it's sort of emulated in VR, but like, bring back the fucking light guns, man. Give me those back. I want all the goddamn gun peripherals. I love those.
I want the super bazooka. Bring it back. That was the
super bazooka
best.
is peak.
Dude, that one game where you fought giant mech robots and you had the bazooka and you had to blast those dudes might have been some of the most fun you could have had on Super Nintendo. That was awesome.
That is true.
Yeah. I
It
know
was
they
good
don't work with
times.
flat screens. I'm not saying they're gonna work. I'm saying, like, figure it out and give me a gun.
Fair
I
enough.
don't know how it works. I
Zeke,
don't know how the light gun works.
Zeke, hold on. Okay, you know how to solve this. You know how to solve this. You have to now buy a super gun and play it on stream with the old NES so they remake this shit. You have to do
I gotta
this.
find. I know. I'm serious. When I like this is fuck. How long ago is this now? Like
25
near
years.
20 years ago.
Yeah.
Near 20 years ago, like 18, 19 years ago, every pawn shop stopped taking CRTs. You can't even fucking get them anymore.
Yeah, CRTs
So,
are
like,
rare.
in order
Yeah.
for a light gun to work and for me to make it work, I have to find a fucking CRT somewhere, a
That is
working
true.
one. Oh my God, what a fucking hassle.
Tube
and a nightmare
TVs are
that
pretty
would be.
expensive, actually, because you're right.
Or-
the technology it just erodes over time. Yeah.
Or just invest in a Time Crisis cabinet and call it a life. Because honestly, those games were great.
You
I
could
love
buy
Time
a time.
Crisis.
Yeah. I saw a TikTok of someone playing Time Crisis recently in arcade where he dressed up like the main character and he had two
Amazing.
guns that he brought himself and they would hook it up in the arcade. He was badass. He was really fucking good at that. He was like dancing as he was playing. And
Those
shit.
games, yeah, those games are great. I love them.
He's badass. Yeah. Just
We've got to get to the airport. Come on, let's go. Brrr. Like that's
just an absolute badass.
Mhm.
And that was on TikTok, the now unbanned app. But we talked about that last week. But
Yippee.
that's where I got it from.
oh boy.
Thank you, President Trump,
Oh,
for
boy.
unbanning TikTok. I really appreciate you.
Love the TikTok.
You get it
So
himself.
apparently, someone linked this to me. There's the Sinden light gun will work on LCDs or whatever you have
Oh, okay. We'll check it out.
with your old console games. Like they have
Hmm.
Virtua Cop, Time Crisis 2, Explosive, and Point Blank or Plant. I can't read it. It's kind of blurry.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Well,
apparently there is a way to do it. Okay, good.
I know because it must be something similar to what I have in that arcade cabinet, Zeke. Because do you remember playing like House of the Dead on that
Oh,
when
yeah.
you were here?
Oh.
Yeah, it worked.
Of the dead.
So maybe it's similar to that.
JP,
monitor.
question for you, real quick. Have you ever suffered like G did?
No,
All right.
I have not.
So you don't
That
have
sounded
House
like
of the
one of
Dead
those
2. You have
things,
House of the Dead
like-
1.
No, that arcade cabinet has everything, but
So,
No
so you've
one
never
has-
suffered like G did?
no one has suffered
Suffer
like G did.
G did.
Jesse,
Yeah,
no
Sure,
It
House
one.
of
sounds
Dead
like
2,
one of those things
little-
where people go, "You never play Suffer like G did? G did these nuts."
No. No. In the game,
No one has suffered like G did, though, Jesse. That's
in the
what I'm trying
game,
to
there's
say.
a little impy guy, and he flies down and goes, "Suffered like G did." I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but that guy just goes, "Suffered like G did," and then you blast him, and it's great.
It was horrible. No one suffered like G did. It was the worst
Yeah, poor
suffering.
G.
And that imp
I don't know
knows
who
it.
G was, but that guy suffered.
Yeah. Yeah. House of the
Jesse,
Dead.
I gotta tell you,
That's a
man,
good one.
I feel you because I make deep cuts on my stream all the time of like deep cut pop references, and like I'm sure there's a couple of dudes out there that are like, got that, but they're not willing
Do
to
it for them.
lean up and put like type in the chat like lol or anything. They're just going.
Those
I
are
know
my
G-
people.
I
I
know
get
what G
that.
did.
Yeah, I aim for the 45 plus crowd. If you were in an arcade in 1994,
Hey,
got you,
House of the Dead had what? 4? I think House
there's a
of the Dead.
lot of them. Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, because then it became, Did they also make Typing of the Dead? Or was that just a complete...
That's
goof?
actually a super fun game, by the way.
No, it's
Yeah,
good.
It's
Typing of the
you
Dead's
type
great.
and you murder. Yeah, it's cool.
I don't know if that was like made by the House of the Dead, by Sega, or if that was third party, or if
might
Sega
have been
bought
a
the IP.
different thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how it goes. I don't know either. Following up in more news, EA lost 6...
Typing of the Dead. Typing of the Dead, published by Sega.
Yeah, it was Sega.
Awesome.
Okay, so there you go. They published it. EA lost $6 billion in market value over, I think this was the past year, following the FC 25 and Dragon
EA.
Age underperformance news. EA, Electronic Arts, their shares declined by more than 16%. This comes from the news that Veilguard missed its expectations by around 50%, with 1.5 million players reached. They say reach because I guess it was on like EA Play, so that doesn't exactly mean purchases. Reached is now the term, I guess. But yeah, in doing so, I think EAFC was really the bigger hit. Veilguard obviously makes the headlines because people will talk about it more, being the internet what it is today. But EAFC generated around $2 billion annually, with around 800 million made up by Ultimate Team. Ultimate Team has come to be viewed as a near Swiss clock of interactive media bookings growth. If it is stagnant, it puts enormous pressure on EA to fill the void. So
Gotcha.
yeah,
Gotcha, Pax.
Sports FC didn't go well.
We really love that we can sell people card packs and they just purchase them to build their teams and play against each other online instead of how they used to just play against each other online for free. Absolutely disgusting.
Have you purchased
It's
any card packs, Crendor?
No.
David? Okay. All right.
I play franchise. games.
I bring this up a lot because I always thought it was hilarious. The South Park, excuse me, the South Park episode where they're in talks with EA and the head of EA, and this is how I feel towards them when I hear news like this. Like, fuck them, fuck you too. I'll piss in their faces.
Dude, I remember years ago when me and Jesse went to E3. We went to the EA, the EA
Headquarters
thing or whatever it was. It was whenever Pele was there.
Oh,
Yeah,
the
Pele
EA
Crendor and I
press
are
conference.
big Pele fans,
Yeah.
so that
Yeah,
was great.
So
Yeah, the press
we were
conference.
like,
But the rest of it
it's
was-
Pele. But I remember there was this one part where they announced the Minions mobile game. Nobody said anything except like 3 guys in business suits. So we're just like,
yeah.
yeah, let's go. We're just like, that's EA. That truly is. And then you have the guy who looks like a vampire that comes up on stage and he's like, we have been creating games. So much fun as we suck the blood from your pocket.
The best part of it, though, this is what made the event.
You're
so
talking
much fun.
about Andrew Wilson, the Merovingian from The Matrix.
Yeah,
who
that
it
guy.
is.
Yes.
Yeah.
The best part about what made the event so much fun is that they said in the little invitation for the E3 thing, they were like, first event of the day, come get breakfast and hang out with us as we announce all of our new games. Do you know what the breakfast was?
What's that?
No drinks, boxes of donuts on the table. So imagine a bunch of people eating donuts and then looking for water or milk or coffee or anything.
Yeah.
Nothing.
And then you see
A
that guy.
bunch of dry ass mouth like media people like watching this show go down. It was like they didn't. I was like, does anyone at EA understand how people eat? Like,
Look at him.
I can't wait.
He's a vampire. He doesn't eat. He just eats people.
Unfortunately, he
Humans
has
like
75.
donuts.
He has 75 more years to rule the clan before the next one of the vampire council comes on.
Right. Exactly.
So we got him for a long time still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Unless
does
he
not
walks
eat
out into
what
the
humans
sun.
eat.
Yeah,
Sure.
if we can get him out in the sun, he might die.
He's gone.
Well, he's
Yeah.
never been out. We'll see. We'll see what
Yeah.
happens.
It's those
I
eyes.
must stress.
Look at the eyes. They're
If
the
you want,
windows
like,
to the
great
soul.
example.
He has no
of-
solo. He's a vampire. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A great example of corporation mentality. EA and Ubisoft are perfect. It's so clear the executives have absolutely no clue what the vibe is of video games as
Mm.
like a creative art of entertainment. They're clearly there for shareholder go up prices. Like There's no other.
Well,
like that is a face where
see,
nothing else is going on up here except for how do I make line go up.
I
Like,
actually
look at
beg
that.
to
That man's
differ.
like money good.
I beg to differ. I'm sure this guy actually is like a gamer. However,
You don't act like
it doesn't fucking matter if he is or not, because that's not what his job is. His job is to make the shareholders happy, right? So in that sense,
Sure,
like he's doing his job, regardless of if he plays games or not.
Well, if you look at his
deep cut.
Wikipedia page,
Yeah, let's hear it.
you can see that he was in fact a gamer. He played games that are all sports games.
Oh,
So, in fact, he loved, let's see, he created V8 supercar, rugby, cricket, and surfing video games, but needed someone with real experience in how sports were played. So that was in 2002.
okay.
So he was,
I'm sorry, you need
then
experience how
he's the-
sports were played and he made sports games?
Yeah, he was a sports dev, according to my
it
chat.
says,
He worked his way
yeah,
up.
in May of 2000, Wilson joined EA's small video game development studio on Australia's Gold Coast, which created the rugby, cricket, etc. And so then he became executive producer on FIFA, and then he became the EA Sports president.
Well,
or vice
I mean, that
president.
makes sense, right? Because FIFA was the cash cow of EA for still, I mean, it still is.
Yeah, it still probably is.
Yeah, because FIFA is now FC because apparently FIFA wanted like $1 billion for the license annually. But yeah, that's why they had to rebrand the whole thing.
Fuck FIFA too.
Yes. Yeah, fuck FIFA. Yeah.
Which,
Jesse,
by the
did
way,
you watch?
in
you ever watch
2015, he
Parks
was the
and Rec?
number.
Well,
Yes. Yes.
Sorry, having a disconnect here. Go ahead, Chris.
Mine's not even that important. I was just doing it because it was funny. Number 3
I
on
mean, mine
Fortune
too.
magazine's Business Person of the Year.
okay. Number
Awesome.
3.
Yeah,
Fantastic.
just thought we should all know that.
Yeah,
how
no, he's
great he
he's
was.
very good at business. He's a business guy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
Jesse, I
Zeke?
know you're the most likely candidate to have watched Parks and Rec.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, you remember the politician that they got to meet, and he was just like, "All right, okay," and he just sat there stared at the wall, like when no one was watching. Was that Parks and Rec? Yeah, he was just standing there. That's him. That is this dude. He stares at a wall all day until he's needed somewhere. Like you walk into his his huge office. He's sitting behind a desk and he's just,
I feel
So,
bad that we're
yes.
just targeting Mr.
what
Wilson.
can I do for you?
You know, as a fellow
yeah.
Wilson, I look out for this Wilson here.
Let's be very clear. If you would put any other executive from any other company, he would be getting the exact same treatment. I must
Yeah.
stress, I'm not a fan of anyone at the top of any of these companies. They can all
Fair.
piss right off.
Fair.
They are literally ruining all of video gaming. They
Fair.
drive me crazy. I am not a fan of any of them.
Fair.
We got
Literally
great
none
news,
of them.
though. Great news. He's in the running to be Disney CEO
Yes, he is.
replacement.
Yes, he is.
Cool.
Yep.
Yep. Which makes sense because of all the dealings that EA and Disney has had, right? Like he's aware of that that ecosystem.
Yep.
So
Businessman of the Year, number 3.
I gotta give it up.
Yeah.
Gotta give it up to Husby123 in my chat. Homelander eyes. He does.
You can hear the violins
he
playing in
actually
the
looks like
background.
Homelander zoomed in on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy
Yeah.
shit. You're right. God damn. I didn't even realize that. Yeah. Also
Jesus, I feel like I'm
EA.
gonna get lasered now.
Also EA. News came out about Apex Legend has lost 70% of its Steam players across 2024. So that
Sounds
game
right.
is not doing well.
No one's talking. Like, it's not a thing people talk about. There's no hype around the community. There's no one's like, damn, did you see that new character? It's just not happening.
It's
Yeah.
either it's people that play Apex Legends and that's their game, or people that are like, oh yeah, that's a game. I'll check it out again for a bit, and then nobody else. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Apex Legends, people that are still playing Apex Legends are people that have been playing it from the very beginning. And with the rise of Marvel Rivals over the past, I guess, 2 months now, that kind of sucked in everyone from every ecosystem. The Overwatch, the Call of Duties, any competitive FPS, they've all kind of gone over to that game. So yeah, EA's starting rough.
Can you get him off the screen, please? He's burning something inside of me, and I don't like it anymore.
He's now a part of the show.
It's absorbing your life energy.
Yeah, if we leave him
Yeah.
up here enough, we'll actually get sponsored.
Yeah, it feels weird that as he remains on the screen, his image gets younger, but we get older. I'm not sure what that's about.
Oh my, like Dorian Gray. Like,
Yeah.
holy
He's just slowly draining us.
Oh my god. Let me check on this headline. There was apparently, on the topic of EA, is it? Oh yeah, was it Battlefield? Yeah, apparently Battlefield right now, Battlefield 6 is allegedly hosting the biggest playtest in history to avoid, quote, a disastrous launch, a la Battlefield.
They could also
5.
just make a good game. That would probably help.
Yeah, that's also true. But hey, I mean, feedback's important, right? Like that's how you make a
Yeah.
good game. And 5 launched to a very rough time. As ScreenRant.com writes, it says, filled with bugs, launching errors, and players being kicked back into the lobby for seemingly no reason. There was a shit ton of all of that. Or sorry, for Battlefield 2042, not for 5. I forgot that they...
The problem with all these games now is there's like 8 billion versions. It's like Call of Duty.
That's what just
Used to
happened,
have,
yeah.
like,
I said
Call
the
of
wrong
Duty,
version.
Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3. Then you had like Modern Warfare. Then it started to like branch off to like Black Ops, Modern Warfare 2, World at War. Like you had all these different ones. That's like Battlefield.
That's
Like
they
here's
have to keep making
Battlefield.
one every year, and so they have
Yeah.
different teams with, and it sucks because it isn't about like that's not about producing quality. That's about quantity. And if
Yeah.
if you make one game and it doesn't do good, guess what? Next year we got a different one, and people will go play
Yeah.
that. It's a different way of making games, and honestly, I'm absolutely here for a company taking as long as they need to make a good game. I hate the manufacturing process that they have right now with big companies. It's really upsetting, but also very clearly not paying off in a lot of ways sometimes, especially now as companies are losing money.
Well, Jesse, let me... Hold on, I got this can of worms over here. Let me open it. How do you feel about GTA 6 potentially costing $100?
I think that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. I know they won't do that. If they do that, they're stupid. That's dumb.
They're
They'll still
100%.
sell.
They're going to do it, man. I guarantee
They'll
you
still
they're
sell
going to
it.
do it.
People will still buy it.
They're going to set the industry trend to have premium AAA games at $100.
Yeah, I think that's really stupid. They're pricing people out. And
Nah,
people
that
just
shit'll
wait.
still sell crazy.
Oh, there's going to be people 100%.
It'll
There's
still sell,
people
yeah.
that buy stupid shit all the time for a lot of money. Like some people just buy a PS5 Pro when they own a PlayStation already.
Who the fuck would do that,
Like,
Jesse?
people buy stupid
Who
stuff all the time.
would buy a PS5 Pro besides me and Maximilian, dude? He actually has bought 4 or 5, and there was controversy on the internet about that.
I mean,
you know?
I guess if you got the money, go nuts. I bet Max is doing just fine. But like, I've never been a big fan of any of that. But with that said, you're absolutely right. There will be people who buy it and it will do great. I think they said already their prediction is that pre-sales alone will be $1 billion. Like it's going to be huge. It'll be massive.
Yeah, that's probably on
I'm
the
not,
low end.
they're going to win. This isn't but just on a fundamental level. The idea of raising game prices to $100 but not raising a minimum wage is very aggravating to me, and it makes me very angry.
Well,
If
yeah.
you're gonna still get paid $7.25 and you're gonna jack up the price of games, your entertainment,
Yeah.
F that noise. F
Hold-
that.
hold
if I
on,
come back
hold
from a
on.
day shift and I can't play my
Jesse,
game, brother. Oh,
what
I
if
hate that.
can I offer you a subscription to where you could play GTA, but it's paid monthly for $10?
Wait, hold on. Do
but
I
a
not
year
own it
from
either?
now,
Because I like that idea.
yeah, no, you don't
If I
own
don't own it-
anything. There's nothing. You're
Wait, can I
literally
buy
just
play it
paying
offline?
me
Can you
for
play
the
it
right to
offline?
play it online.
No, it's
Yeah.
online only, and you have
Okay.
to buy things in the. Can I spend money to buy upgrades in the game that aren't actually real?
Yeah,
if the
that's
game ever
but
shuts down,
you
I
can
lose it
s-
completely?
That's all. We've got our own digital coin,
Mm,
GTA bucks, and you can buy those and then use those in game as well. But that's separate from the monthly cost.
Right. Well, of course.
And if you
Right.
buy the $100 version, you get $100 in game of credit that you can
Oh,
use.
wow.
But you have to use it in the first 6 months or it disappears because we'll delete it.
Right, because you can only have so much of that cash in the game. It would flood the market.
It would flood the market. Yeah, exactly.
Right.
The thing is, like, no other game's going to sell at $100. It's just going to be GTA. Because it's GTA.
I could see.
I think
I'm
people
trying to
would
think what
try
else.
it, but I don't think it
Elder
would go
Scrolls
well.
6 could do it, I think.
Yeah.
They could do that.
I
and
would
people
see
still buy
Bethesda
it.
doing
It's
that.
a very
yeah.
small amount.
Yeah.
I mean, people
I just
buy
don't-
collector's
dumb.
editions for $100+. Like I'll buy those.
Next FromSoft game.
Yeah, I could see the next FromSoft game doing that.
Do not like the idea of it being $100. But then they were talking about PlayStation 6 being $800. So like, I don't know, man. It just really aggravates me that the cost of like entertainment, enjoying yourself, having a good time,
Going up.
escapism gets more and more expensive. And it's like,
It's going up.
Dude, and you like that's why I'm like I've like for the past however many years, it's been many, I'm trying to spread the word that there are so many games out there that I bitch when a game is over $20 because the indie
True.
game scene is just it's insane. I have
So many good ones.
2,800 games in my library, and I would say 90% of them were lower than less than $20, if not less than 15. And I sit
Yeah, I
there like a
found,
bitch. I'm like, oh man, I don't know. $25 seems like a lot.
I found a lot of good games recently for my New Year variety Crendor. Like I found Rocket Rats, phenomenal game.
Hey,
it's
Crendor,
Vampire Survivors
Have you
with
tried Rat
rats.
Shaker?
Have you tried Rat
Have you tried
Shaker?
that game?
You should play
I
Rat
haven't.
Shaker,
You fucker.
Crendor. It's
You
good.
fucker. Don't listen to him. Do not listen to JP.
Crendor loves rats though. He would enjoy it, I bet.
You just shake a rat.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think you would
Sorry,
like it,
I'm so
Crendor.
sorry.
I might
I
actually
don't
like
mean to
that.
yell at guests.
I
I
genuinely
hate
think you
myself
would
for
like
doing
it. Yeah,
I probably would like that actually. Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, the
Crendor
thing
would
is,
respect the Rat Shake.
like the problem is that there's different levels of gaming company, and the reason why we talk about EA or UB all the time is because they're constantly producing stuff, right? And most of it is hot trash, but they're constantly making things. They're constantly in headlines. They're constantly producing things. But when you talk about like I saw people earlier were talking about Larian in chat. Larian's a great example of a company that's like, we're going to take 7 years to make a game or whatever. We're just going to take our time. When it comes out, we're going to dump all of our time and energy and support. And so absolutely support those, AAA companies, all to go nuts. But yeah, there's definitely some part of the industry that is very industry and less video game making. And you just have to accept like that's going to be the thing is they're going to, it's weird, but this is the way it really works we just spent, you can say this to your investors, you can say this to, little stock people and be like, we just spent $280 million on this video game. And people hear, oh my God, this is going to be the best game ever made because they spent all that money.
Money equals
But then,
great.
yeah, but then when you spend all that money, you then have to deliver double, triple what you spent. And that's tough to do. And so it becomes that kind of cycle of, all right, well, how do we get that money back? Well, we do microtransactions and we make it this thing and it is what it is. It's a weird beast. Not a fan. Do not like it.
It's how it goes sometimes. Speaking of game sales,
GTA also knows that even normal people are going to buy this. Like people that don't play any other games outside of like FIFA and like some random thing they're going to buy GTA, and that's like all they play.
Yeah, of course. That's their main market, right? Like they understand that more than anyone. Rockstar being they. Speaking of game sales, Rogue Trader, the Warhammer 40K CRPG that came out last year, has reached over 1 million copies sold. So huge shout out to them. Crushing it. That's huge for old Rogue Trader.
By the way, must stress, you said, and I quote, 1 million copies sold.
Yeah.
To any other human being in the world, that is incredible. Square Enix would be like, we failed.
We got to kill these
failures.
people. We got to kill them. Like, we got to purge them out of our company. They got to get out of here.
We have failed at life.
They failed. Yeah. No,
This reminds me when I tuned into Strippin' that one time, and he's like, I've been streaming for years, and what do I have to show for it? And everyone was like, what? Everyone was like, Sam, you have like family, and like you met your wife through this, and like you're top 10 streamer in the UK. And he's just like, yeah, but what am I doing?
Stripping goes through it sometimes, okay? It happens. It happens to us all.
Because that man sits in that dark room and plays video games 18 hours a day.
Yeah. And he goes
He's
outside
definitely
and
going through it.
he pees on trees in the middle of the night. You know, he's a wild man. He's a wild man.
Yeah. Yep.
That's what he does. That's what he does. That's how it
I
goes.
think, you know what? I think he would do well with a year living in the woods.
He does live in the
Like,
woods.
just
That's
look.
where his office is. Dude, he lives
he
on a
needs to,
like
like-
plantation, and his
But I mean,
office
like,
is like off in
in
the
the woods.
corner, and he's
Yeah, he needs to
surrounded
be
by
in the
trees.
woods.
He doesn't have a bathroom near his house, so he goes outside and pees on the trees and marks them so he keeps the coyotes away. None of what I just said is made up, by the way. That's 100% accurate.
There is not middle of England countryside coyotes.
I mean, according to him, there is, because they've been eating his chickens.
I was just gonna ask you, like, does he live in Wyoming or something? Like,
No, man, he's got chickens and they eat his chickens.
But foxes.
Oh, they got foxes. Sorry,
Foxes.
foxes.
Yeah.
Or what's called
Coyotes.
the
Oh,
British
the chickens.
coyotes.
Yeah.
Foxes.
Right.
Look, we'll
Yeah.
talk to Dodger about it
Coyotes.
when she hopefully comes on the show sometime in
Yeah.
February. We'll see. We'll see if I can get her to commit to that.
Mm-hmm.
This is another one. I realize all the news has just been about game sales, but Resident Evil 2 Remake. This one is shocking, but maybe not that shocking if I think critically about it. Resident Evil 2 Remake has sold fewer than 10,000 copies on iOS, according to estimates. And now, since the price rose from $10 to $40, it's estimated that fewer than 200 people have bought the game on iOS. So I think that's always very interesting when you get like a AAA game and it gets a mobile port, also known as a morble in the industry. Everyone knows
The
that.
Morbles.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that.
Everyone
Yeah,
knows
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That it just sells terribly. I've never heard of like even XCOM. I don't think XCOM sold very well when they ported that to when they made a morble of XCOM. I don't think it did
I
very
gotta
well at
feed
all.
the cat.
Okay, Crender's got to feed the
There he
cat.
goes. He's gone now.
There he's gone.
That's the thing, though, is I think it reminds me of like the early days of YouTube or dealing with, like companies that have money, right? In their mind, numbers equal we get numbers. I don't think much thought actually goes into it rather than like who would actually buy a thing. So when people at various companies see mobile gaming and they see that the mobile gaming market is huge and there are more people playing mobile games than actually regular ass console games or PC games, mobile games are massive. In their mind, it clicks, oh my God, we put our game on mobile, kids will buy it, we'll make fortunes. The thing is, most of those mobile game players are not in the same gaming ecosystem as us, for example. The shit we talk about is not going to be the same thing they're interested in. And so when they put a game that we would love on a mobile device, they're not going to play it. And I mean, it makes perfect sense. But I think people, when your idea is money, 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 all you think about is money, money, money. And you see numbers equal money. And again, going back to the YouTube analogy, back in the day, if you were like the biggest YouTuber, all the ads went to you, but advertisers saw that there was no transaction. Like people watched the person play, but they didn't go buy the game. Because most of the top YouTubers, their audience was 13 years old and they had no money to buy your game. So all you did was spend a bunch of money to get a guy to get a bunch of views and nothing happened with it. Right. They were like, well, that's how it works though. Like that isn't how it works. And I think people had to learn that and we're learning it again, I guess.
Yeah. It seems like it's an age-old adage that people have to learn. First, I'm going to Wilson you, by the way. We're going to bring this back real quick.
I need to answer some questions. All right. Number one, we have a cat food bowl right here. All right. He's got a little thing. You just scoop the food, you put it in the thing. Okay. Number two, what's wrong with my chair? All right.
You need a new chair.
What's wrong with it?
Hit up Logitech or Razer or DX Racer. Get a new chair. What is? Oh, Zeke's having the life sucked out of him. Yeah, it happens.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He's taking my soul.
Now the reason I brought this up is perhaps some. I see it as uplifting news only because in a lot of ways this was my childhood. But the Video Game History Foundation will make its digital library available to the public this coming week. There will be 1,500 out-of-print magazines that'll include everything from the promotional artwork to all the stories. Things like Tips and Tricks magazines. I see Fortnite magazines. I see some Retro Gamer in there. I saw some Nintendo Power in there. I think Jesse's gonna go grab some to show it off.
Yeah, he's going right now.
Yeah, this is what I grew up on. This is my shit right here. Every time my parents would have to go to the grocery store, I would go to the magazine rack and I would just pick like the latest tips and tricks. I'd get the PC Gamer with the demo disc. It was great. I get all of those.
I had my Nintendo Power subscription.
Yeah,
Good old
Nintendo Power
Power.
was the GOAT, dude. They were the.
I was
they
gonna
were
show
godlike.
you my Nintendo Power. I have
Which one do you
for
have?
some reason. I have all the Nintendo Powers that have the comics in them. So
Yeah.
the one that had the Zelda comic, the Mario comics.
Yeah.
For some reason I kept all the comic issues, and they were here. Now I don't know where the hell they're at. I was about to be
Oh.
like, this is
I got all
gold
mine in a
to
box.
me.
Do you
I
really?
literally have like, yeah, I got like it's probably like 10 pounds of Nintendo Powers in there.
Dude, I'm not even. I would, if you're interested in selling those, I would sell them. I would buy those from you and then frame them and like put them up on a wall. That's how much I love those Nintendo Power comics.
Nintendo
I'd sell you
Power,
a couple.
man.
Some of them are like
fucking
Banjo
incredible,
Kazooie.
man. Yeah,
I got those, but there's some I don't care about.
yeah.
Nintendo
They're
Power
great.
is the exact same vibe, I think, as Astrobot, and I mean that in the nicest way.
Yeah.
It is pure shameless promotional stuff,
Yeah,
but just holds the sweetest spot in my heart. Like, it's just so perfect, even though there is not a bad review to be had in any of those. They're not like, this
No.
Nintendo game's terrible. They're
Dude,
like,
dude,
every
dude,
Nintendo
dude.
game's amazing.
We come from an age where we went to see a movie just for the ad. The Wizard. We just went to that movie for the advertisement.
yeah,
To see the new Mario, everyone was like, oh, yeah.
that's true. Yeah, they have the official US PlayStation magazine. I remember buying those. PSM, I remember buying those. EGM, God, EGM, I like, that is why I am actually here, is because I would read EGM, Electronic Gaming Monthly Magazine. And then they turned into like oneup.com is their online component. And that shit was great, man.
EGM was the best because when you went to like a grocery store to be there, and every single one of them would have a disc.
Yeah.
You could then play the demo for
I
a
remember
bunch of
this.
games. Those were the days. I barely bought games. I would just get the magazine and get demos, then read the magazine and be like, that game's going to be really cool. And then I never play it, but I play the demo and it was great.
Well,
Yeah.
it's a really cool thing. The fact that it's showing right here, you can just search for, different text terms and it will search
That's
the
very
entire
cool.
magazine and, give you the issue and you can read. They scanned all that stuff in. That stuff's awesome.
I didn't even know there was a video game history library.
I didn't either.
Dude, it's incredible.
I didn't either.
It's
Where is it
the
at?
one group out there who really, really, really is trying to push for more physical stuff, and then they're backing up things. So they have games that like when Nintendo shuts down various services online, they have copies of it in some form, like on an old Wii, for example, so that you can still like. I love that kind of stuff. Any type of historian, any type of like digital record keeping of things like Nintendo. Good, great. I love that kind of stuff. It's we should do that for a lot of this.
Yeah. I've never, like Crendor said, I had never heard about these folks, but they have a ton of stuff. Different
There was
projects.
there was one company, and this kind of annoys me. There's one I don't want to say company, but organization that was preserving music. And they
Uh-huh.
had a bunch of Nintendo music, and Nintendo went after them and said, take it all down. And then for months, there was no Nintendo music online. You just couldn't. And then finally, Nintendo was like, okay, we'll release our own thing. Which, all right, I'm fine with.
Oh
but
yeah, I saw the Nintendo Music app. Yeah, I saw
I'm
it.
fine. Like, I'm fine with that. But there's a reason why people had to do that, because Nintendo did not ever offer it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Nintendo
So-
would always just be like, why is everyone emulating our shit? And they're like, you're not giving us a way to play it. And they're like, oh yeah, well, we're not going to do that.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay.
Oh, Mike Mika's on this.
But now they did. That's cool.
Yeah, they've got oh, and Chris Charla's on that as well. And Andy, this guy used to be the editor-in-chief at Game Informer magazine for 27 years.
Yeah.
Man, that's a wild ride right there. 27 years at Game Informer.
Hey.
Yeah, I didn't know this place existed. That's awesome. I wonder where that actual place, like where they're where the museum's at, I guess is what I'm asking. The VGHF.
Man, I would, if I had to guess, I'd say either Boston or Seattle.
Oakland, California.
Oh,
Way off.
Yeah. But also similar to what you just said, I would say.
yeah, California.
Yeah, Oakland, California. And it was, I guess, 2020. They're a 501c3 nonprofit organization dedicated to preserving, celebrating, and teaching the history of video games.
Yep. Honestly, there's a lot of cool places like that that get absolutely no coverage. There's in Seattle, there's an amazing pinball.
Oh, yeah. I've been to that.
That one's
seen that.
Very cool.
Yeah, the pinball museum.
Yeah, I love places like that where they just keep things alive. There's an arcade museum, but I cannot remember where the hell it's at to save my life. But they have all, like, they just go about collecting arcade stuff, and they're like, please come play. And I love that kind of stuff because it's from a generation that we kind of lost. Everything became sort of do it at home, and there is no go out to a thing really anymore, unless maybe, like, if you're in LA, you go to like a round one maybe. But that's, you're not
There's a
doing
place
that all
like
the
that
time.
in Chicago. It's like Ghost something. They got like 1 billion arcade games.
Yeah, I think that's cool. I love those kinds of places.
Good stuff.
Back in the day, there was Aladdin's Castle. There was a few arcade chains.
Right.
But Aladdin's Castle was going out of business, and it was going to become Tilt, which was a different arcade chain, but they were being like bought out, taken over, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But before they got bought out, because they knew it was happening in a few months or whatever. Before they did that, they started after closing hours. So like the mall that I was in closed, most of the stores closed like 5 or 6 p.m., right? So it was like after that, so awesome. But so short-lived, but it's a fucking core memory for me. You'd go to the mall after 6 p.m. They had those little side hallways you could go in, like back rooms.
Yeah.
You know, you can go from the street in there if the door was open or whatever. So you go from there. All the stores were closed except Aladdin's Castle. They had the Aladdin's Castle like bouncer or whatever. He was standing at the doorway, and he'd be like, you give him $5, a $5 bill, and all the machines were free play.
Ooh, that's good time.
It was fucking awesome. Because I don't remember if you remember if you had an Aladdin's Castle, but it was a lot like being in Casa Bonita. It was like this dark, dank, stinky cave that you would go in with all of these like no offense, Crendor, but guys that look like you that were like, you know,
Oh yeah, I was gonna say it's like a Games Workshop.
Long hair, scruffy, like it smelled like old popcorn and like cigarettes and shit like that. And you just like it made you feel like you were in. Oh God, do you remember that scene from the first Ninja Turtles movie where they're in that like hideout and they're like playing pool?
Yes, all the Foot Clan guys. Yes.
Yes, it made it felt like that. Like you walked in there and you were part of like this weird gang club thing, and you would you would call the attendant over, like, I want to play this game, and they'd key it, open it, click, 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 and just give you all the credits, and then close it back up. And I played like all kinds of different games. All these arcade games that would have cost me $40 to beat. I could beat them now. Oh my God, it was so great.
It's a very weird thing because you're absolutely right. Arcades, obviously, really, at the end of the day, arcades are pay-to-win experiences. You just dump money in.
Yes, it's the original pay-to-win.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I can understand why people don't want to do that and why home consoles blew up. But there's something about it, about being young and going to an arcade that had that vibe where it made you feel like this is adulthood, dude.
Well, it was
I'm
like
out here living my life. Like, I'm gonna go later. Who knows? We might be out till 2 a.m. I'm gonna get a taco later. Like, no one can tell me what to do. I'm crazy.
Yeah.
It had a vibe that was not. It's hard to replicate, and it made you feel awesome.
Yeah,
like, yeah, come on, dude.
I love that, and I completely understand how getting a late night taco was just like pinnacle of adulthood.
Yes, yeah. No one's gonna tell me to go to bed. It's taco time.
Oh God.
I'm gonna get a taco, and you know what? I'm gonna eat that shit in bed.
Yeah, in South Texas, the arcade was Diversions. Everyone would go to Diversions and play till like they would play like Street Fighter Alpha 3 or whatever till like 2 or 3 a.m. because they had the new machine. Blah blah blah. That was.
You know, I
really
remember
tight.
going
Now,
to a
let
mall
me ask you guys
arcade
a
and they
question.
had I'm Blue playing. The I'm Blue. It was like
Yeah.
up on the TV. And I remember
Perfect.
being like, "Whoa, that video is cool." As I played some like random ass arcade game.
That was good times. Where we gonna ask Zeke?
I was gonna ask. I don't know if it was a seminal moment for you guys, but it definitely was for me. It was the moment in Aladdin's castle, and whatever arcade you like. Do you remember the first time you saw a fatality in Mortal Kombat?
Yes,
Yes.
we've
Oh,
had
yeah,
this
I do.
discussion
Oh, yeah.
on the show. Zeke.
We
Right?
have. Oh
Yeah.
shit! Sorry.
Yeah, mine was
literally-
at a Best Western in the middle of Arizona where they had Mortal Kombat 2, and I was like, "This is incredible." Yeah.
We literally would gather around people playing. It wasn't even like put your quarters down and let's wait for your turn. We would just gather to watch good players brutally murder people.
Yes. Yes.
I would go. I wouldn't even have to spend money for like an hour or so because I just watch dudes. Like I'd be like, oh, how's he gonna kill this guy? Oh, he could do that. Because you couldn't play it at home. There was no, oh, we can go at home and try to do different combos. You had to watch some random dude who was like, you know, when you're 13, he's like 50, just destroying. You're like, yeah, that guy's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good
That
times.
was the coolest guy in the arcade. The guy who was like super old, you know, like 32. And
Yeah,
like,
right. Like, he's old, but he
Holy
likes
shit,
to
and he was
live
just like-
life, man. I hear he's
he
the
was
manager down
hunched
at
over.
Cox.
He had bad back, bad shoulders. Like he had acne, and he was just like at 32, he still had acne, and he was like, shit. And you hear that sound. You're like, oh fuck, he's gonna do it. Rip off the head. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh my god. And everybody would just be like, yeah, fucking cheering. And then I
It was
wondered,
cool as shit.
like
It
later,
was awesome.
like later on in life, like when JTV Twitch came around, I'm like, I sat there and went, who's gonna watch this? Forgetting that's what I did at
Literally
13.
all we did. Yeah.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's very true. It's very
Some of my
true.
favorite game memories are either at a friend's house or at the arcade and just watching someone else just be good at a game and be like, damn, that guy's awesome. I get it.
I mean,
get
it's
it.
still the same today, but it's just Twitch instead of
Yeah,
an
that's what I'm
arcade.
saying. That's what
Yeah.
Zeke was saying. It's like,
Yeah.
you know,
No,
you can say, oh, I wonder why
agree
people
with
would
him.
watch, but really,
Yeah.
I get it. I completely understand.
I have to ask this. This is we're in the fringe news. I only have one more fringe news story.
Ooh.
Have you guys ever heard of a video game? My chat is automatically going to say yes because there's a ton of fucking weebs here. But have you guys heard of Needy Streamer Overload?
No.
No.
Yes.
Needy Streamer Overload recently passed 2 million units sold on
What is it?
Steam.
Hold on.
I played 2 hours of it in February of 2022.
It is a psychological horror anime visual novel cute, according to Steam. Very positive. All reviews overwhelmingly positive with 41,000 reviews.
Oh, I think I saw somebody playing this on Twitch years ago.
Got it. Well, it
Oh, it's from 2022.
yeah, it crossed
Never heard of it.
2 million sales.
Isn't there another game like this recently?
Oh,
Uh,
that Mia one or
yeah,
whatever,
the
the
Me
one that's like a
Girl or
little,
whatever.
like,
Me
yeah,
side.
you like
I
have a
played
little
that a little
Me
bit.
side.
I
Yeah,
played that one.
Yeah.
B-side, yeah. I played it.
I'm gonna.
I
Me
played
side.
it. Weird how popular it got. Because I was like, man, I played games like this that are much better, but I guess people just fucking jumped into this one and really enjoyed
Honestly,
it
I
more
think
than I
because
did.
I think because there's like a weird horny vibe to it.
Yeah.
When I played, I was like, I don't know if this is Scary Game Squad material. I feel like it's a little too. Like, it doesn't seem all that terrifying except for a few parts, but most of it's like a little horny. I
Yeah,
was
here,
like, all right,
let
I
me-
get why the
oh,
internet's
God.
into it.
Here, I'll read you the about this game. Needy Streamer Overload is a, quote, multi-ending ADV depicting daily life with OMG Kawaii Angel, a young girl with a rather extreme need for approval, attempting to become the #1 internet angel. Gradually build up OMG Kawaii Angel's number of followers as she spends her days streaming, using various, quote, stress relievers, end quote, and generally being kind of messed up. Experience all the different crazy ups and downs and find out for yourself whether this story is even capable of having a happy ending.
Honestly, part of me says, oh boy. But another part of me who played Doki Doki Literature Club, who loved that game, this might be fun to check out. Also, shout out to, I don't know if you guys have played The Letter. I love that game.
Mm-mm.
It is a visual novel horror game it has QTE moments where you can there's a bunch of characters and they can live or die, and it changes the course of the story. But it's about, you find a scary letter and it's like, did the ghost write this? What's going on? Love that game. It is long though. It is like a full ass game.
Yeah.
I played it for a little bit less than an hour in 2017.
Not a fan? Or didn't grab you?
Visual novels, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh no, I
like
completely get it.
Super duper special for me to enjoy those.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's a visual novel. At the end of the day, you're just reading a thing,
2
so
million
you have to really
copies
want to
sold
be
is
in that.
crazy.
I get it though. Like if it lands, this seems like the kind of thing where it is streamer based and anime based and cute girl based and then creepy. Like it hits a lot of things that people enjoy.
It really does.
Hold on. Sorry, I read this review and oh my God. 4.8 hours on record. This is a Steam review. I enjoy making her OD on every single drug in the game, then manipulating her into killing herself. Really well-made game. Very cool. XXO heart. Okay.
Uh-huh. Okay. Right.
All right.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you, Staple.
Okay.
On
Can we get a wellness check on that person?
No, I don't think we need to do it. Just leave them alone. No.
Yeah, this is one of those how nature says do not touch.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. Anyways, that's it for the news.
AP, have you ever played the Home Improvement Super Nintendo game?
I have seen it. I don't know if I ever played. Is that the one where it's got a 2D image of Tim and it does a hopping gesture, walking around a house and there's multi-tiers?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I've never played it. I know what it is. Or maybe I'm just thinking of the intro. Hold on. Home Improvement game. Power Tool Pursuit. Is that what you're saying?
Oh my God.
Yep, that's the one.
Hold on.
No.
Oh
wait.
How
He's
do I
fighting
send this to you guys?
What are you looking at?
I found a screenshot. I'm going to put it in your chat.
Well, I found a video.
This
of it.
screenshot is the most Super Nintendo thing I've ever seen, and it's perfect.
I mean, look at this.
It really is.
We got a speed run of it right here. Is this similar to what you were going to send me?
I think so. Maybe it's the image I
the
had.
game.
Yeah, it's that right
Oh, yeah,
there. Where
there
it's
it is.
like, it's perfect.
This is the any
Literally
percent
skip
speed
the
run.
intro there, but
Yeah.
love this.
What?
And now
Wait.
for the part that makes no sense.
Wait,
It's like
where you
Sonic.
play as- This is ridiculous.
seeing Tim the Tool Man move like this is
I always said
this is an
Tim the
out of
Tool Man
body
Taylor
experience
is
right
just
here.
like Sonic the Hedgehog.
What the fuck?
Tim.
He's jumping on power. He's fighting a
Fighting
raptor.
dinosaurs. Yeah, as the Tool Man is wont to do.
Yo, he's got a
If this
nail
kind of shit
gun.
interests you, every GDQ there is an awful block.
Yo,
They
it's so
play just-
good.
Bad games, and this.
Oh yeah,
I
I
don't know
love
if this
those.
is a bad game, but it might be on there.
It might be a bad game.
It's
got a 5 out
literally
of 10.
Tim fighting a pterodactyl up here. Like this
Let me
is nonsense.
hold on. I gotta know what does he sound like? Hold on.
If
Probably-
you were actually watching that introduction,
Oh, it's got
Tim
voiceover.
and Al are going to be
Ah.
presenting the new Benford
Oh,
Taylor.
the runner's talking. Yeah.
Tools.
Yeah.
I just hope it has
But-
the text.
They-
Yeah, but it's in that
That's a
weird
good point,
16-bit.
Theo, with his part.
Like, that's
No.
my hope.
No.
Wait, so he's in Egypt now?
He's in
That's my
Egypt.
favorite
He's
episode of the
17
show.
Minutes in.
Where he's like, Wilson, I gotta go to Egypt.
Here's a. Is that supposed to be an ant? I think that was an ant.
This is when he fought Dracula. Everyone remembers that.
Everyone remembers
He's
that
like,
episode.
Dracula. Dracula's like, he's right there. Shut up. This is stupid.
That's actually Dracula. What the fuck?
So video games are a big thing now. Let's what do we want to make it? Do we want to make it a game where you actually, fix stuff with tools? No. You're gonna make it a platformer, and he's gonna go to Egypt, and he's gonna fight robots. Okay, we're
Here's
gonna
the
do it.
good
It's gonna be a
news.
big hit.
That was
There's
the
a
equivalent
game.
of mobile games back then. They would just be like, "What's a popular thing?" Like, give it a video game.
Yeah.
No, the best is they would literally be like, I heard there's a game in Japan that hasn't come out in the US yet. We reskinned the main character to look like Tim the Tool Man, and that's it. And we say that's the game. And they're like, brilliant, sir. Brilliant. That's exactly what this is. This definitely was something else at one time.
Dude, this is the
That's another
He
thing.
is as big as the mech.
this is the final boss, by the way.
As well as light guns, bringing them back. I want to bring back everything's a video game. Remember, like, because everything was a video game. Every like pop culture, anything that outside of a video game got made into a video game. Bring back like fucking Pepsi Man shit. Bring back Home Improvement, the video game. Bring back like that kind of shit. Do it. Give it to me.
So the premise.
I think what you're saying is we need a Smash Bros, but of all like Pepsi Man versus the Noid. Tim the Tool Man
Yes.
Taylor versus Super Star Wars.
Chester
All
Cheetah.
in one
Yeah.
like Smash Bros experience. I'm here for it.
Yes.
I get it. So the premise of the game is that these were all Binford tools.
Oh,
Sure.
I see.
But then why did he use them to fight dinosaurs?
Why
'Cause
not?
I think there was a Binford malfunction, and it became a time machine.
Oh, well, I mean, obviously, that's a later season thing, though. That's after one of the kids left the home. Jonathan Taylor Thomas tried
That's
to
like
become
the
famous.
season 7 arc, and it was okay.
Yeah, it was all right. It was.
Can I just say that dialogue in the game right now where he goes, "Yeah, right, Dad. Psych," is the most 90s dialogue.
Psych!
Oh my god. Okay,
That was
I gotta
great,
tell you
boys.
guys, in the show, he was trying to communicate with his sons that he loved them, but his sons were all like, you know, they're boys, so they're like, "Oh, Dad, don't do that." So he would say to his sons, "How about them lions?" And that would mean to his
Yep,
kids,
I remember
And
that
I love
episode.
you.
Yep.
"My fucking dad did that for 30 years." Like afterwards, he would call me like, "How about them lions?" I'm like, "Dad, you can just say I'm not that kind of guy. You can say I love you to me, and I will accept it, and I won't like make a big deal about it. You know, I won't make fun of you for it." But for so many years afterwards, he would just say, "How about them lions?" I'm like, "Love you too, Dad."
Who is that person in the yellow? Who is
That's the middle son that no one remembers. Mark.
Yeah, Mark. No, Mark was the youngest.
That was supposed to be Mark? I thought that was supposed to be Heidi.
No. Oh wait.
What?
This might. This is Zachary Taylor Thomas.
Taylor Thomas,
or sorry,
sure.
or Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
You're doing it
Yeah.
now.
No, I'm doing it. Yeah, this is Zachary, and I
Zachary
believe
Taylor
this is
Thomas.
Mark.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's Mark.
Mark was the youngest one.
Was he?
Mark was the little baby boy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry, you're
Mark
right.
was the
'cause-
one who went goth.
Yeah, he was the goth
Yeah.
kid. Yeah.
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 Then Brad
It's
was
great.
the oldest.
It's classic. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go. I
Yeah.
feel like I need to watch some. Need to stop watching Silo and watch some Home Improvement. You know.
Yeah, start watching some Tool time.
Mm-hmm. Some of those early episodes are fucking rough. It's like watching the first episode
Yeah.
of The Simpsons when it's poorly
Oh, yeah.
animated and shit, and Marge looks like a fucking demon.
Oh yeah, dude! I watched Simpsons seasons like 4 through 8 the other year, or like all
Those
the
are
good seasons.
Yeah.
yeah, and then you try to go back. I'm like, how's season like 2 or 3? And you're like, it's okay.
It's not good. It's not good. Everyone's
Yeah.
voice is a little off, and
Yeah, you could tell
Yeah.
it peaked at like 4 through 8. Like the writers were like the best
You mean
writers.
the Conan
Like
O'Brien
animation was
years?
good.
Yes.
yeah, those
they
are Conan
had
O'Brien
the
years.
jokes always had layers in those seasons. There'd be like 20 jokes in like 10 seconds, and you're like, oh my god, there's so much depth. And then like season 10, they start just being like, I'm Homer, I'm dumb. Oi. And you're like, oh, okay, the writers left.
It's pretty good though.
All right. On a special broadcast of the show Tool Time, Tim Taylor prepares to unveil the new Binford Ultra Power tool line, named after him, the Binford Taylor Turbo Power tool line. Wait, he goes to retrieve the tools only to discover that they're missing. A note is left in their place demanding Tim to traverse the different sets where other shows are being filmed to recover the tools. So he's not actually in Egypt.
Time out.
Although it doesn't
It was
matter.
on sets.
Whoa.
Classic.
Then who is he physically assaulting? Are those actors?
Probably.
Yes.
Like that vampire is not.
He
It's
is
just a
shooting
set.
nail guns into a dude with a raptor suit on.
That man broke into the Nosferatu set and beat the crap
Straight up
out of the
murdered
cast to
actor.
get his tools back.
You know what would be
That's
awesome?
crazy.
I would love to interview the lead game director, game dev on that title, just to see what it was like and how much like coke was done behind the scenes, like
Oh yeah.
how much drugs existed on that game.
Sleepless nights.
Yeah, you know, really just to know what it was like. I think that would be a very fascinating tale, but we'll never know.
It's like
We'll never know.
the story of how all the great companies were born, you know?
Uh-huh. I'm sure it was.
Yeah,
Sure it
just,
Dude,
just
I bet like,
long
I
nights.
bet some of
and-
those, would be like a wild ass documentary.
That's what I'm
Just
saying.
like-
It'd be
Yeah.
great.
We picked this random fucking tool time game and tracked down the devs to see what they were doing then and what they're doing now. And it's like some of them are dead, some of them had mafia ties, like some of them, like I bet it'd be
Some-
fucking crazy.
That we need to get
Some
Danny.
guys just like, hey, you know what? Back then we did hookers and blow. Now I'm doing hookers and blow.
Yeah, exactly. We need Danny Odower to go do that. We need old Mr. Odower
Yeah.
to get on that.
Odover.
I wonder what he's up to. I think he's also no longer on Twitter. I haven't seen him in a while. I need to get on this other stuff and you know, see how people are doing, see what people are up to.
Yeah.
Well, now we've got 10 minutes to talk about what we've been playing, which is perfect because there's not much. I've been playing League of Legendos, been playing some Indiana Jones, and I've been playing Marvel Rivals, and I've talked about all those already. So there's not much going on. I think everyone's in this waiting period for February, where there's just a shit ton of games coming out right from the
I'm
jump.
not. I've played some great games.
What are you playing, Crendor? Let's hear it. What are you playing?
So as I mentioned, Rocket Rats.
Okay.
Classic.
All right.
I played Tiny Glade. That was pretty fun. Just like a chill little
Okay.
Love that
town
game.
builder
Great.
thing.
Yeah, it's
Yep.
where you like do the little town builder stuff.
Yep. I played Cat and Onion. I don't know if you know about this classic. It's a
I
game where
don't.
you're a cat and you are friends with a squirrel, and you find an onion, and it carries you into space where you try to make pancakes.
Is this
You also
it?
collect. Yeah, that's it. You collect real pictures of
What?
cats
Hold
as
on,
well as
hold on.
bonus material.
Waterfall just said hello.
Yeah, what?
Yeah.
Why is the waterfall
is-
talking?
This is genuinely like if I developed a game, this would be the type of game. Like it's got some David Lynch-esque like
May he rest in peace.
dialogue and stuff. Yep. It's truly a masterpiece, and you can beat it in like under an hour, and it's only like $3. There's an acorn. There's a tree. That tree there, he's the flower tree. So you whack him, and the flower falls off for the pancakes.
Okay.
I've
Really
never
good
seen a
stuff.
more you game in my life. Like I can't believe it exists, and you weren't
Yeah.
involved.
The best part is at the end, all of the cats that you found secret pictures of the real life cats, they eat the pancakes with you and give you their opinions.
Oh my God! I thought you were gonna say you eat the cat. I'm glad
No,
that
you
went a
don't eat the
different
cats.
direction.
You eat the real life cats.
Jesus. Okay. All right.
I played Sheepy, A Short Adventure. That was a good
That's
one.
fun. That's a fun game.
Yeah, that was a good one. I played Brutal Orchestra. That was actually a really good game.
Let me see
I
what you
never
do
heard
in
of that
Brutal
one.
Orchestra.
Oh, I played Sheepy too, apparently.
It's
Oh,
a
you did?
short
Yeah.
one. It's good.
It's literally in the title. Short
okay.
I need to
Adventure.
go. I need to
Brutal
go get
Orchestra is kind of like a roguelite, I don't know what else you'd call it. It's probably on the store page, but it's got this creepy vibe. And it's all I really like the pixely games. So I've just been looking for pixely games, and this was one of them. It had like overwhelmingly positive reviews. Came out like 2021. It's actually really fun. It's roguelike strategy RPG. Hootie is the tags it puts on it. It was pretty cool. Then let's see, I played Thronefall. That was another good one. It's like a tower defense type game.
Yep.
You like, except you can ride around as a hero that also helps fight stuff.
Oh, yep. I played that one
Yeah.
too. Oh, it's good.
Yeah.
It's good.
25%
Yeah.
off.
Yeah, it's 25% off. It was a really good game because, like, yeah, you got all the tower defense mechanics, but you're also playing like it's an RTS a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's
Mm,
like a hybrid type of game. That was pretty sick.
I like the art style.
Yeah, the art style is really cool too.
I don't. What do you
I
call
mean,
that
that's the
art
one thing I
style?
didn't like about it.
What do you call that art style? I've
Really?
never seen a
No.
game that looks like this. Is that?
Yeah, I don't really know what it'd be called.
What's the
Kind of
game where you had to
watercolor.
do
Akin to cell shading.
Okay.
Yeah, it's what's the game where you had to discover the language? We had to play through and learn the language.
Oh, Zeke would know.
Exact same art style.
Dance of Sinar.
Yes.
Okay.
That's a fun game too.
I didn't like that art style. I don't like cell shading.
Yeah, they don't. He's not a fan of Zelda. We have very strong
Aesthetically, it's not
opinions
pleasing to
here.
me.
We don't like Zelda. We don't like cell shaded.
I tried to play Wind Waker and I was like, ugh.
Yeah, not a fan of Zelda. Yeah, Wind Waker would be a double whammy for Zeke in terms of what he doesn't like. What else, Crendor? Tell us the life of Crendor here through games.
Sure. I also played Stack Lands. It's a game where you stack lands. There's like cards and stuff happens.
Oh, this looks like Balatro inspired, just because there's cards on it.
It's kind of like it's like a Balatro card game management survival game. So like you put villager with berry bush and then a berry pops out and then you use that berry to like feed your villagers and stuff, and then you buy card packs and you use those card packs to get more stuff. So you can buy like the Humble Beginnings pack and it's like here's a rock, here's wood, here's this. And so it's kind of like you're buying booster packs of survival cards. It was really cool, actually.
Yeah, that game looks cool.
My first playthrough of it, I kind of kept killing my villagers because I didn't have enough food. And then I hit a point towards the end where it felt like I was just kind of surviving and not progressing. So I was like, I think I should just die, start over. But if you realize what you're doing at the start, it gets a lot more intense because there's like so many different card packs and there's like fighting and everything like that. It was pretty cool.
Yeah,
it was only like $5 as well. Like a lot of these games are really cheap.
So what's your parameters then, Crendor? Is it $10 or less, $20 or less, $5 or less? Like, what is your limit, your threshold? That's a word I want.
I usually just look for things under $20.
Okay,
especially if they're like these, pixely indie games. Because I loved all those games. Is what I realized. So that's what I just started seeking out. Like Loop Hero. Remember Loop Hero a few years ago?
Yeah,
I love Loop Hero. Fantastic game. Soundtrack was phenomenal. Like Dungeon of the Endless, another one.
Yep.
That I always really like. So I was like, I just got to find more pixel games. And that's what I've been doing. It's been great. That's kind of my genre, pixely games.
Okay.
Pixely strategy.
I'm sure Zeke can recommend a bunch to you. He frequents the under $20 game world pretty much daily. I would say.
No, this is like what I do on the show, except you have a better voice.
And maybe better hair. Maybe more flowing, longer.
And definitely, way better hair too.
Yeah.
But I smell like stale popcorn and cigarettes at the arcade.
I didn't say you did. I said the place
You just looked like you would be present when that was happening.
That's true.
Yeah.
To be fair, I do. Like I said, I go to Games Workshop and game stores and play Warhammer. So I mean, it's kind of true. And those places can smell.
I'll give you this credit as well. You look like you've showered recently.
I shower daily.
Those guys did not. Like they did not shower recently, and they showed that they did not.
By the way, I take a shower every night. All right, I'm a night shower person because you go to bed and you wash off all the dirt from the day, and then you get into bed. Like, it makes sense, right?
Yeah,
I'm a get ready for the day shower.
I don't get that.
It's I think it's just what I started doing because you would get ready for school situation, right? You would shower before school, and so
I didn't do that.
That's how I always did it.
My chat hates that you brought up showers because I talk about it a bit because I shower like every 3 days.
Oh,
what?
I don't need to. I sit in a chair. I don't sweat, so like I don't really feel like I need to shower more than once every 3 days, 4 days. And the lady doesn't care.
All right.
That's because you too nasty.
No, we're not. We don't like. I don't produce like an odor because I'm sedentary. I don't fucking move. I sit in this chair for 8 hours a day. Like I don't work up a sweat. Like there will be times when my natural oils get too much, and that's when I shower.
I do go to the gym like 6 days a week, so that does.
Oh yeah. Well, if you go to the gym, you sweat. Like when I was like, back in the before 4 time when I was actually exercising, I would shower every day. But
let me ask you now. Let me ask you a question. Where JP comes from, he comes from a place of when I wake up in the morning, I need that shower to get going. At least that's what I'm understanding.
Yes, correct.
So for you, Zeke, like Crendor,
Yeah.
he doesn't wake up in the morning. He wakes up at like 1 in the afternoon. So
Crendor
whatever.
woke up 10 minutes before the show started today. Yeah.
But like
Yes.
But he's fine.
I get taking a shower
he's
before
on
bed
time.
because you feel clean. You get into bed. See, how do you get up in the morning? Like, do you?
That's a good question. I give myself an hour and a half before I have to do anything. I wake up at 9:30 and I go to work at 11.
Okay, yeah, that checks out.
I wake up at 9:30. We have so dubbed it second bedtime for the dogs because the lady gets up at like 7 and she gets up and she's moving, she's doing stuff. And then I wake up 2.5 hours later and the dogs come into the bedroom and sleep with me and I'm just like, doom scrolling, whatever, watching a show. But that's my wake up process is like, I give myself a good amount of time before I get out of bed.
See, I'm a true psychopath. I am all of you combined. I will take a shower at night because I want to be clean going to bed.
Right.
But I'll also jump in the shower in the morning because it's hot and it wakes me up.
Sure.
And it's
Are
what I
you-
do.
2 a day?
Most of the time, I'm a 2-a-day boy. Yeah.
I don't think that's bad.
Look, I like water. I can't, I will get in there.
Yeah.
I'll take a
cat.
shower, but still take a bath the same day.
Yeah, I'm not gonna in the morning. I'm not doing the same full scrub that I was doing at night.
Yeah.
I'm literally just the hot water wakes my ass up, and I need that to go. Otherwise, I'm like a.
Yeah.
Right,
Dude,
but
the
also
other
I'm not
week, when
taking a
it's,
45-minute shower.
Right.
Yeah. It's like you need even at night the heat can help you fall asleep because you heat up and then you cool down, which is part of the reason I don't like morning showers because you're heating up and then cooling down. So you got like a down period where your body temperature
What if you
drops.
just always stay hot?
Well,
What if you're fat? You don't have that problem. That's not
that's
an
true.
issue.
Maybe that's why.
You don't have
It's
that
true.
problem.
You got to always stay
Yeah,
hot. That's the
it's,
problem, Crendor.
But last week it was like 0 degrees outside, and so just being outside felt like little air particles were just stabbing you whenever you go out. Like I went to the gym.
What?
All right.
Because of cold?
I mean, have you been outside when it's like 0 or like below
yeah,
0?
of course. Yeah, I love it.
Well, are you wearing short sleeves?
No, I'm appropriately dressed.
All right. So I wear short sleeves because I got to get from the parking lot to the gym. All right. I'm not carrying shit in there. So I make the jog. It's like a 20-second jog. And I swear to God, that it's literally like they're taking little knives, like stabbing you in the skin. But then you get inside, you're good. You start warming up.
Don't you do what's that Swiss moisturize yourself, baby?
You got to use
I do.
moisturizer.
That shit's not going to stop you from getting hit by the subarctic temperatures out there.
It'll help with the dry skin hurt though.
It will.
It does. That's
Big
why
one.
I moisturize. I lotion.
God,
you
moisturize.
got a lotion. Yeah.
You got a lotion.
God, moisturize.
Right? And so
You have
I
to.
go to I do that. But then when I got home at night, it was just like you're cold, it's cold outside. You just take a heat bath. That shit's
Well,
great. Just like
Let me
20-minute
be very
heat bath.
clear. At night, I'll take a hot shower and we'll do the whole scrub everywhere thing and go to bed. But in the morning, it is hot and then blast myself with cold at the end.
Oh, you do a cold
I will-
exposure.
Oh,
in
the
morning.
contrast.
Yeah, I'll do hot and then I'll just do cold really quick and I'll sit there.
That's a good way to do
I
it.
am in an R&B music video and I'll be like, just trying to get through it. And I'll be like, all right, we're good. I'll hop out of the shower and be like, let's go, day. That's
Yeah.
the only way I can do it.
It's a very good anti-anxiety methodology as well.
It helps,
as well.
yeah.
Honestly, that's kind of what I do with the gym too, because you get hot from the gym, you're lifting weights, you're running, you're doing all that. And then when you going into the gym versus leaving the gym is completely different. Like going in, you're like, and then leaving, I'll just walk out and just yeah, whatever.
So you're essentially cold plunging when you leave the gym.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
So, and it feels good when you do that. And you're just like, whew, it's like the equivalent of the cold shower blast.
Okay.
But then,
Yeah, plus
at
it
night
closes all your
sometimes,
pores up. You get a whole little
Yeah.
your body just goes.
yeah. So it's great. But then sometimes at night, you just need that hot bath. And I'll take the hottest bath possible. Like I get the thermometer thing and make sure the water's at just below the temperature that won't scald you.
What is the temperature that won't scald you?
It's like 108 or
1,000
something.
degree.
108. Those are baby temps, Crendor.
Yeah, that's baby numbers, dude. The
Yeah.
surface of the sun is what I
I don't
need.
remember. I haven't done it in a while. What is it? 110?
When I lived in St. Louis, my shower, I could set the temperature from my phone because it had a little LCD thing on it. The hottest I would ever go was 121, but that was fucking hot.
This man, your shower was from the future.
Dude,
It
it was
says
great.
avoid exceeding 120 degrees Fahrenheit to minimize scalding risks.
It was hot as shit. It was. I do not recommend it. That's for sure.
Hey, really quickly,
Dude, and
speaking
that's
of
so weird
recommend,
to me. Lukewarm. I'm
What?
lukewarm
What?
showers.
shocking.
Oh,
Guys,
yeah.
you're
crazy.
crazy.
This guy,
That's actually straight
calling
crazy.
me crazy. That's the crazy.
No,
one.
that's crazy. Lukewarm.
That's crazy. Get him out of here.
No, according to most people, my showers are lukewarm. To me, it feels hot. But I think that might be skin sensitivity or something.
Because you're so sensitive.
Because, like, I guess I am. I must have sensitive skin. Also, like, fuck, I hate being wet.
oh, I think I,
don't mind,
thrive
like-
in wetness.
Yeah.
There is
Like,
a time
swimming
where
and
I
doing like that stuff, but like I don't like being wet for like just in the middle of it. I'm just gonna go get wet for no reason. Here we go.
Oh, it's
Oh,
great.
that's the best, dude.
I
That's what
love
it
it.
feels like to me.
It's great.
The ocean, terrifying. There's shit that will eat you. But all other wet scenarios, sign me up. I am a here. Like, I feel like I thrive in a body of water. I'm like, "Ooh, hello. I'd be a great, like, a mer person. Like, you know, one of the, you know, like, hello. Like, I'd hang out with the whales. I'd
Fantasy
be like,
water creature.
I think you would turn
Yeah,
into like
yeah,
a
yeah.
walrus. If you had like an aquatic form, Jesse, you'd be a walrus.
oh, yeah. And I'd lure all the
We'd probably
the
both be walruses.
clams to my side and I'd break them open and eat them and be like, idiots. Oh, I have
Yeah.
tusks. Hell yeah, dude.
We'd both be
I
walruses.
go
me
for
up.
rain walks.
Now-
if it's raining, I'll go walking in the rain.
I agree with that. That's also good times. I do have
Yeah.
to ask here at the end of the show because you know this is now 6 hours, Crendor.
Oh God, are you gonna do
This is
it?
now 6 hours. I feel like
Yeah.
we're simpatico. I feel like we know a little bit
What is
about
happening?
one another.
Sure, why not?
And I heard you take a hot bath. How do you feel? And can I interest you in a partnership that I've started with myself and Bruce Green? We haven't really gotten. We're still looking for investors.
It's called Bath Buddies. We just get in a bath together. Like,
No, it's called. It's
Soap each
called,
other up. You wanna be in?
It's called Tub Grub.
Grub.
And it's eating dinners while taking a bath. How do you feel about this? Would you like to invest?
That's actually not good because when you're
Wait.
in such a hot bath, your blood is pumping away from your vital organs. So you actually have terrible digestion while you're trying to eat in the bath and it's that hot.
So you're saying that a little chicken Alfredo while in the bathtub is not a good go?
That's actually terrible.
Okay, we need to ban Crendor from any of our engagements
No,
of Tub
if you
Grub.
took showers like me, you'd be fine. If you took them at my temperature, you'd be totally fine.
We need to get him out.
That's true. He would be fine at his temperature. Probably.
Crendor, you've made an arch enemy for life.
But if you're going to be eating chicken Alfredo in a lukewarm bath, that sounds like one of the worst scenarios known to man.
that is, the lukewarm
that
destroys
sounds
it.
like a David Lynch scene right there. Just crying,
does.
eating chicken Alfredo in a bathtub.
Wait, why do you have to cry? Hold on. If you turn
There's
the
a
water up a
monkey.
little bit, it's
I would be
great.
crying in that.
There's a
If
monkey
you're
on the
eating
toilet
chicken
talking
Alfredo
to
in the
him
bath,
like,
you're crying.
Why?
There's no
What
two
is-
ways about this.
That's not a depressing statement. What do you mean? Why is everyone saying that's depressing?
it is. Plus it is.
But
It's
you're not
universally
explaining why
accepted.
it's such a imagine that life is you are living such
Because you
a
can't,
what?
JP,
because you
JP,
can't wait to fucking tub to eat. Of course
No,
you're doing
it's
it
not.
because you're
It's not about waiting. It's not about a speed thing. It's about enjoying a bath and
JP.
also some chicken Alfredo. That's going to be
No,
the
no,
main
no.
course of Tub Grub is chicken Alfredo.
JP,
It's
have
great.
you-
And see, that's the other thing. Like baths and showers are business. Like, I don't know how long you guys, but you guys seem like the asshole at the hotel room that I have to share with. It's like, when is he gonna be out of the fucking shower?
Oh, you don't want to share
'Cause
with
mine
me.
is 6 minutes tops.
Oh my God, mine's
I'm
more
like
like
10 minutes.
60 minutes. We watch a full episode
Yeah.
of something, have a little chicken Alfredo, take a little phone call, call up someone, say, hey, how's it going in there? I'm taking a bath. What's going on with,
JP, I must stress this to you. Have you ever seen like footage of a child being ripped away from their mother? And no one needs to explain to you why that's bad. You just know
Why?
it's awful and depressing. That's like you
Oh
in
yeah,
the
I
shower
see that all
eating
the time.
food.
I love
We
watching
don't
those
need
Hold
to
on, I don't
explain
take
it.
showers. They're baths only. Tub Grub
We
is
don't
baths
need to
only.
explain it. You just know it's terrible. Like there is no, I don't have to explain to you why eating in the shower is depressing.
Stop saying shower. You're going to ruin
Everyone
our public
knows.
image. It's bath. We take baths at Tub Grub.
It's a
We don't
bath.
take
That's even
showers.
worse. That's
We
even
don't take
worse.
we don't take showers and eat food because then the shower's gonna go straight into the
Everyone
food.
deep down knows it's bad. We don't need to explain it. It's universal. It's like math. It just checks out, dude. Like we know that it's sad watching you in the tub eat Alfredo.
Well, no one's
Somebody
asking
gets
you
in
to
the water
watch.
and you got
This
like a
is
little
all.
floopy bit.
It's a
Like,
very
it sucks,
personal
dude.
experience, Jesse Cox. There's no, it only you can only tub grub with yourself. It's not a social experiment or experience.
no. That's what
It sounds like
I
something
get why.
JP did, and then it was like trying to make it not weird. So started this, just be like, it's not weird,
No, I can
guys.
definitely
Join me.
see like
No, this is a
like a
this is a
candlelit
pretty
dinner,
frequent
and you're, like,
occurrence for
sitting
me.
on either side of the bathtub with your significant other, and you're sharing a nice meal, looking at each other from across the bath with a little table in the middle.
No, that's where
no.
you're wrong.
Dude, I think you
No.
have something here. I think you've
No,
got
no,
something
no, no,
here.
no.
No, the second you bring another
Liquids-
person, then it's weird because if you drop food in that bathtub, you got to deal with their food
That's the problem.
in the bathtub. But if it's your food, you
Weird,
just
still
fucking
weird.
you just open up the
Still
clog
weird.
and it cleans its own
Still gross.
self. It's
No. Tub water-based activities only deserve liquid-based
hold on.
ingredients.
What about pools that
Wine,
have bars?
beer, cool.
What about pools that have bars in them in like Vegas?
Wine,
That's
beer.
fine.
They
That's
serve
what I'm saying. Totally fine.
entrees there. You get little like chicken.
Nobody's
little
getting
nachos.
entrees. Yeah,
Nobody's
when's the last
buying the
time you went to
no-
one of those at the little tiki bar and someone's eating fucking chicken Alfredo at it? They got alcohol and they got like water.
No, it's
Like
gotta be
I
finger
don't even
food.
think I barely even see
It's gotta
people
be
eating finger food there. It's a this is just a terrible idea all around.
So
Health-wise,
you're out.
it's
You don't
like,
want to. You don't want to
cleanliness
invest in
wise-
Tub Grub Industries. I'll
No.
let Bruce know. You're on
No
our
one should.
you're on our
Ian,
shit list
I'm
as
a
well.
I'm a tier 2 backer on
Crendor,
this
you are never
project, on this
allowed
idea.
in Tub Grub. Do not step anywhere near our property. Okay,
Is he also eating chicken Alfredo or is he eating something else?
Bruce.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruce hates the idea. I just stole his money, and so now he's roped in.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean,
I
you
love
can do a
that-
chicken
that now
Alfredo.
It has to be chicken Alfredo and nothing else. Like
No, you can do a
the
chicken
only
Alfredo.
Tub Grub meal you get.
You can do ice cream. It's kind of good because it's cold,
Like-
but you got the hot bath. It kind of works
Like how
out.
you're in the bathtub, like the heat, like the tub is so hot. The blood is pumping away from your digestive system, which helps you digest the food. And you're picking like the fattiest, heaviest foods to consume while this is occurring.
you're
Like you're
saying
just setting up a stomach ache.
Behind it,
I've never
you
had a
would get
stomach
behind
ache.
it if the Tub Grub offered stuff like vichy soie, like cold soup or something like
Yeah,
that.
what?
Or like a nice
That's
cup salad.
That's at least somewhat acceptable. Like it's still a terrible
more-
idea,
Hold on,
but
hold
I
on.
get it.
Now, I think
Yeah.
soup in a tub, that's bad. If you're
No,
drinking soup,
Soup
while
in a
taking
tub is hilarious, dude.
no,
Soup in a tub is basically you. You're souping the
that's
tub.
why it's bad. You don't want to.
That's hilarious. That's
no.
awesome.
You soup.
When you go in a bathtub,
we-
that water becomes man soup. And I'm
we
telling
ban-
you, eating soup in a tub, hilarious. That's common.
We ban all
That's great.
soup in the tub at Tub Grub. You are not allowed to bring soups. It's also a bring
Why?
your own food establishment if you really want to. We don't. We're
Whoa,
charging.
This is a public. Hold on. This is a public building people go to.
Yeah, this is
bathe in a tub.
yeah.
and
That's what Tub Grub is. You get a own private room with a bathtub.
no,
and it's got a
no, that's
TV.
gross, dude.
You can bring
That's
your
super
own.
gross.
You can log into your own Netflix. You can log into your own Amazon. All we do is service the room. We'll clean the bath every single time someone's in there. Or, if it's a family experience, if you want to bring the whole family in, take a little bath, maybe get some chicken Alfredo for 4,
JP,
That
I'm
kind of
stressed.
reminds me of when Charlie tried to bring spaghetti into a movie. Like, what's your spaghetti policy here?
JP, I must stress to you. You saying we offer private rooms with a bath, multiple TVs, and we service it, literally you're just creating a sex den.
Whoa!
You're just offering people
No, this
private
is a-
sexual rooms.
This is a family establishment, Jesse Cox.
Sure it is, bud.
It's a
Sure it
family.
is.
We have.
You
Right.
know the funny thing?
Right.
We've got
Funny thing you
chicken
say that,
Alfredo
Jesse.
for families, not for fuckboys,
Uh-huh.
okay? Jesus, you
Yeah,
stay
sure,
out.
sure.
You stay out.
Just
Jesse
wait until
Cox.
they start
Yeah.
hemorrhaging money. Then
You
they'll start
guys
bringing
are
in
both
the
banned.
random women.
You're cut out. You're done.
Okay. Yeah, family dinner in a bathtub. Good chat, get him. Family dinner in a bathtub, dude.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Look, you
This
get
is
some
weird.
mashed potatoes there. Maybe we got a little dinner table that goes. You know, it can. We get the tub big enough. Put the dinner
Don't
table
like
in
that.
there. Maybe some mashed potatoes. We have
Not
a
a fan.
Thanksgiving
Don't
Day
like that.
special.
Catering?
Nothing's
We
gonna
do
be open
family
on
reunion.
Thanksgiving. Maybe you have Thanksgiving. Maybe you bring grandpa, and grandma. Bring them into the tub.
Grandma is just, you're gonna have so many deaths. She slipped and fell while eating her Alfredo.
No. We'll
Nana's dead now.
We'll make sure that you don't slip at all. It's gonna be. We'll get one of those bath mats.
Wait, so you
Or
want people to
one of
lay
those
down
chairs
on
for the
those?
shower.
Yeah, well, no, we'll have a ramp. Well, all of our tub grubs will be wheelchair accessible.
Accessible,
You're
yes,
just gonna wheel
indeed.
Nana in there to eat Alfredo?
Yeah,
This is a terrible
if she wants
idea.
chicken
This is
Alfredo.
the shittiest idea. in the
Look,
history of
we
ideas.
will cater.
Nana's gotta bathe and eat. This right? It's we're fulfilling a need here.
Yeah.
Sorry if I speak for the company, JP, but this is a need that we're.
No, I'm
niche
just
we're
glad to have you
fulfilling
here, Zeke.
for
I'm glad I roped you
society.
back in somehow.
This is the worst
feel like-
idea
Who's the
anyone's ever come up
personality hire?
I could I'm gonna whenever this thing fails, which it will, I'm gonna come in with my investment firm. We're gonna change everything. We're gonna change it so tub grub, you don't actually go in the tub anymore. You just eat out of the tub. All right, so you could have like a big tub of milk and then pour like Fruit Loops or some shit into it. All right, then that way you get the TikTokers and the Instagrammers. People are like, dude, we're eating out of tub grub today. That shit would blow up.
I'm pulling out my investment, JP. I'm going with his idea.
Wait,
Going
so
with
you're
it.
hold on, but what if we
terrible
offer
idea.
Tell
that?
me more.
Dude.
Tell me more.
It's
What
better
if-
than it is.
What if we offer that, but also you can take a bath in, like, what if we got a bathtub, right? And we filled it with, let's say, spaghetti. Maybe put some meatballs in there. And then you
Right.
could take a bath in the spaghetti and
This is-
also
you-
eat
again,
it.
I mean, you
Again, JP, you're just creating another
change-
fetish area for people to go to.
Why is it
People
always
are-
got to be sexual?
People are gonna go to your bathtub full of
Jesse.
spaghetti and bang, dude. They're not
They
gonna
will
go there
do
to
it.
eat. Are you kidding
they
me?
will.
What are you making?
100%.
You have to change the name
Look,
though. You
we're-
have to change it to
these are-
Tubba Grub.
These are private rooms. Whatever you do
Like
in there, just
Scarecrow.
we'll have a premium. We'll charge extra for that. If you want a Tub Grub Plus experience,
Tub Grub Plus, dude.
a
I've
tub.
already factored this in.
Hold on, a Tub,
Tub Grub
Grub
Battle
Plus.
Pass. You can think
Okay,
about
hold
this.
on. No, we call it
Premium
this.
subscribers.
We call it this. We call it a Tub Hub. Sorry, Tub Grub Plus Tug. Okay, a TG plus T.
Plus Tug.
Yeah.
I must stress, I fully believe
Tub
this is
Grub Rub
JP
and Tug.
slow rolling the fact that he is into some crazy fetish stuff. He just wants people to accept it, and he's just trying to he's like,
Wait, hold on. What,
dropping little hints,
What
dropping little
is-
hints. He's like,
what is the fetish that I
What is the
missed?
fetish?
Circle back around.
JP, I think you like to get off while in a pool of marinara. Is what I'm hearing. Is what
Well,
I'm
wait,
hearing.
there's no in fettuccine Alfredo. It would be white sauce. It wouldn't be marinara.
Yeah.
Even worse, my dude. Even worse.
Oh, you say that, Jesse. I was just visiting friends in New York who are in, I guess you would say, the life, and they talked about going to orgies and that. Like, we love to go to orgies and make a buffet for people. And I'm not, this is not a joke. It's like people love when we go to the orgy because we bring all kinds of food. We make it for everybody. It's a thing. So you're not like, this is not outside the realm of possibilities. In fact,
Oh,
it
no, I'm
happens.
just saying.
Zeke, hold
Yeah,
on.
This is JP
Zeke,
just letting the world know.
do your friends have money that they're looking to invest in with?
They might.
Okay,
Might.
all right.
Have you guys,
we-
have you guys
we
heard of the
might,
Jesse Cox
need to
orgy
set up a
theory?
meet- No, I've not. Do I want to hear this at the end of the show?
No, I just wanted to be invited to orgies. I don't want to go to an orgy. I know I would have not a great time. But I like the idea of being invited because, like, one, it means people think I'm cool enough to go to an orgy, hot enough to go to an orgy, and willing to go to an orgy. Very cool.
You know,
I like that.
you
I
know,
want to be invited. I want to
so-
say no, too, because who says no?
I
The
have
cool
something
guy.
to add to this, but it's not going to be good for my my public appeal / percent. Did you watch? You don't watch Saturday Night Live by chance, do you, Jesse?
Like I'll see clips on
Did
YouTube.
you happen to see the Dave Chappelle monologue from last week?
Yeah.
So you saw the bit where he was talking about P. Diddy's parties
Yeah.
and how
yeah.
he
$3,
wasn't he was upset, not that they were happening, but he learned that he was ugly because he was never invited to them.
That's how I feel. And I just want to be, I watched that and I was like, Dave, I get you. I don't want to go to an orgy. I know it would be weird and awkward, and I am not a fan of that. However, I like the idea. I like being invited. I want people to invite me, and I want to be like, sorry, can't make it this week. Maybe next time though. And they'll be like, Jesse gonna make it to the orgy. Like, oh, we would have loved to have Jesse at the orgy. I want that. That's the kind of, like, I want that in life. I want the option, right? I want that with all things. I want people to invite me to their party, and I'm like, sorry guys, I got other stuff to do. That other stuff is I'm gonna sit at home and play video games. But I like the idea of being invited.
So Zeke,
Being thought of, like, that guy, he'd be a good orgy
Zeke,
guy.
I think you need to have 2 meetings, one for Jesse's orgy thing, orgy lust. Let's go with that. And then we need to set up a tub grub meeting with your friends so they can invest.
Okay, sounds good.
Jesse,
And I just gotta tell you, Jesse, I don't want to burst your bubble or anything. Okay, go ahead.
Well, I have to say, Jesse, if you perhaps on a Saturday evening are invited to an orgy and do say yes, and I'm at said orgy with a tub grub test kit.
Oh, I'd do it. Are you kidding me?
No, I'm saying we don't know each other, Jesse Cox, okay?
Oh, no, I would be like, wow, this tub of fettuccine Alfredo is the sexiest thing at this orgy. Man, I'd love to get inside that. Oh, dude, I'd help you out. Are you kidding me? Easy.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
If I was there, I'm already there, no limits.
Okay.
If I went to the orgy, I'm showing up in like one of those Hugh Hefner outfits. I'm gonna have a pipe, and I'm gonna be like,
I think if you, I think you have to have.
I'm gonna burst your bubble right now, Jesse. All right.
Yes.
If you've ever been to an orgy or heard of an orgy or something like,
no one's invited me. Weirdly enough,
it's not because you're not attractive enough to be there. I'll tell you that much. Because the pickings at an orgy are not the top of the tippy top usually.
Right. But can I show up with a pipe and be like,
the reason why you're not being invited to orgies is because you would come in a smoking jacket, smoking a pipe, acting like 50s Hugh Hefner. That's why you're not being invited to orgies.
I'm here to get nasty.
Jesse's a very attractive young man. I'm sure he can do
Yeah, why do you sound like Sean Connery going to?
Gosh, I'm a bad boy. Crazy.
Zeke's done. We've done it. We got Zeke to leave the show for the first time ever. It finally happened.
That's what I'm all about.
It happened. Well, Crendor, you've done your work. Good job.
Yep.
You've done your business. You're never allowed into a tub grub establishment, but you're welcome on Drop Frames from time to time.
That bad boy line just
all I
fucking wrecked me because I'm a bad boy. Like, oh my God. If you wanted to know why you're not ever invited to orgies, there it is. There it is. In one sentence, because I'm a bad boy.
Yep.
Oh my God. All right. We're done. We're done. We're calling it quits.
Oh God.
Yep.
Zeke, go ahead, do some shout outs. Where can people check you out?
What's up, everybody? How you guys doing? My name is Ezekiel the Third. You can find me at /Ezekiel_III on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube, or X, whatever you call it. And Ezekiel the Third, all spelled out, on Instagram and TikTok. I broadcast. Thank you. First of all, thank you to Cox Crendor for being on this show today. Man, what a fucking hoot! That was fucking hilarious. Thank you. I haven't laughed like that in a while.
What a hoot.
JP, always thank you for giving me something to invest in. Tub grub. I believe in the dream.
Thank you. I'll send a chicken Alfredo to your house.
Thank you. I broadcast every day except Mondays at 1 p.m. or 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. I'm in the middle of CD-ROM-a-thon. I'm playing nothing but CD-ROM games the entire month of January. I just played a few days of Knights of the Old Republic, and it was great, but we have to move on. Unfortunately, I could play that game until it's finished, but we got to get some new games in there. And you guys, my chat has chosen. They have voted. And the next game I will be playing on Tuesday is Temple of Elemental Evil, a classic Greyhawk adventure from Dungeons and Dragons
D&D.
Insiders as AD&D. But yeah, that's what I'll be playing on Tuesday. So if you guys want to come check it out, that's what I'll be doing. So thank you very much for watching. See you next time.
Fantastic. You know how like Tom Cruise sends out cakes or whatever to all like every Christmas to all his best friends? I'm gonna send people chicken Alfredos and bath salts every year to you guys. Seems I gotta figure out how I source the Alfredos though. That's something I gotta work on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'd rather you just send me the Home Improvement Blu-rays.
Maybe I'll have a box. You can choose one or the other.
Okay, yeah, that
You guys
works.
can swap Blu-rays and Nintendo Powers.
That's true.
I'll give you a chicken Alfredo for that.
I
You don't
Nope.
want to know where that's been.
What do you think? I like took a
I don't even
bath
like chicken
and then
Alfredo
used that
outside
as
of the
pasta
bath.
water.
I'm not even a
How
big
do you
chicken
not like
Alfredo
chicken
person.
Alfredo?
It's too heavy. You've got pasta and you've got this cream sauce. It's like I don't like it.
I don't like this new like.
I would
healthy
rather
Crendor.
just.
Like it's.
I got the chicken.
I need the PG Crendor and not the PG Crendor.
That's what a lot of people say, but I am the PG Crendor.
You know what?
This is the way it is.
It is so fucking weird that we're talking about this, and I just remembered. That's exactly what I had last night with some bacon.
Now imagine if you were in
I
a
had
bath while you were eating
chicken
that.
Alfredo with bacon, because that was the meal they gave me from HelloFresh last night. Like that's what I made for us,
Could have had it in the bath.
and I didn't even think to try it in the bathtub.
Next time.
Stupid.
Elevate your life.
Unreal.
Tub Grub. That's our motto. Elevate your life. Jesse Cox, tell the people about Tub Grub.
I will not. Hey, everyone. Cox and Crendor is a show that Crendor and I do. We do it every week, and it gets uploaded so you can listen to it Monday morning on whatever the hell it is you do with your life.
YouTube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast, all one word.
Or you could just listen to it on all podcast services. That's usually the way
That
people
too.
do it. Yeah. But this week, tomorrow, I believe another Scary Game Squad's going up on the YouTube channel. I love doing those. Super fun. I'm currently on stream playing through Dynasty Wars Origins. That game is great. I'm loving it, but I'm also a big Dynasty Wars fan, so whatever. I was going to shout out the fact that this past week they released the sequel to Ender Lilies, Ender Magnolia. That first game's great. I'm very excited about Ender Magnolia. I can't wait to play that. But I went to Steam to go look to see that it was officially out, which it came out the 22nd. But then on Steam, and I just want to say, because this is the space we're in right now, the very first #1 new and trending game is called Sex Divers. And it appears to be a Helldivers spoof with sex. And I just want to say, gaming world, you're doing it. Keep it up, baby. Keep it up.
Wait. Jesse, I think those lists are algorithmic.
Probably, but here's the thing.
No,
My
they're not,
entire
'cause it's
list-
on the top of my list too.
That's what I'm saying. My list right now is Sex Divers, but then underneath that, Ninja Gaiden, Dream Core, Final Fantasy, Ender Magnolias, Tyrant's Realm, Lonely Mountain. Like, that's the only sex thing here, and it's #1, dude. I'm looking at it right now.
Crendor, do you
I'm
have
just
this
saying.
as well?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
No, yeah. I don't got that.
Oh, and
Just saying,
it is
it's right there.
hardcore.
Yeah. It is. I'm looking
Yeah,
at
it's
it like,
full on
well,
porn. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
yeah, and it's $5.99, so that's ridiculous. But it exists, and enjoy, I guess.
I don't
The
got that
crazy
one.
thing is, it has mostly positive reviews.
Well, I'm sure everyone leaves
I
happy.
really want to go read those reviews. I'm not going to lie, but we have to end this show.
Okay, fair enough. Crendor, do some shoutouts. Where can people check you out? What do you got going on?
Hey, it's me, Crendor. You can find me on youtube.com/Crendor, Twitch TV Crendor, Twitter or X Crendor, Blue Sky Crendor, Instagram. Crendor was taken because it was taken. And then, all the classics. youtube.com/Cox and Crendor podcast. You can subscribe, hit the bell. I usually tell people to go there because that's where we take weather requests and other stuff from.
What's a weather
you might-
request mean?
Well, because Cox and Crendor, you see, is a news program.
Okay.
So we have the traffic, we have the weather, the sports. So we do
It's a
all
morning
that.
show.
Yeah, it's a morning show. So we take weather requests from people that just leave them in the comments. They're like, do a weather request for like my hometown of Doodlesburg or something, right? And then we just do that. Then we go judge their town. Really, the weather ends up being us just like going to that city at Google Maps and judging all their restaurants.
Yep.
Which is pretty fun. And then yeah, go watch pointless top tens if you like wasting time and watching videos of top 10 lists of quillbores and snails and nicest NPCs, the newest one as of right now.
Fantastic.
Yes. Or Twitch TV Crendor, I keep doing Kaizo Ironmon and random pixel variety games. Yes.
Very good. Can I have a weather request for
So,
the next episode?
in a review for
You could, but we'll
Sex
probably forget
Divers
it.
from Nathrak. Nathrak
Yes.
says, I respect the developers for their attention to small details. For example, in the video, one of the dudes wiped sweat from his forehead out of fatigue. I feel sorry for him for 2 reasons. The guy worked hard and was very tired and sweaty, but he is incredibly stupid because he wiped the sweat from his forehead without taking off his motorcycle helmet.
Right.
What?
That was a review for Sex Divers.
Fair enough, I guess. Crendor, I would like a weather. What did you call it? A weather what? Review? Weather.
Other request?
A weather request for Christmas
Mhm.
Island.
Christmas Island?
Mm-hmm. Christmas Island.
Where's that at?
Somewhere in the ocean somewhere. It's an island.
I mean, is it? Oh yeah, Christmas Island. There it is. That is.
Don't look it up now, dude. We have to save it for the show. We
Okay, I
literally
just
have to
wanted to
record
make
it later
sure.
today.
That's true. I just wanted to make sure it actually popped up on like actual weather websites.
It's a real place, yeah.
This drop
And it
frames could have
does,
ended
okay.
30 minutes ago.
Yeah. But I had to tell him about Christmas Island.
man-
That's actually where the house.
Zeke probably has stuff to do.
No. Nope. Nah, none. None. I do have
No,
to
I'm
go
warming
deal
up my bath.
Yeah, the only person that's upset here is Ollie. The only person upset is this dog, because I need to go feed him. So, thank you all for watching. We'll be back next week. What is next week? The 2nd. Ooh, the 1st week of February. I still don't think there's any video games though.
Civ is coming very quickly.
Yeah, but it's
Civ.
The 11th, I think. But like, that's soon. That's close.
Yeah, I mean, we got like one more week till games start coming out. So, anyways, VOD will be up on youtube.com/itmeJP. As for me, I've just been playing more Indiana Jones, which did you finish Indiana Jones, Jesse?
Loved it. The jungle area can lick my scrot. It sucks. I want to street fight whoever made that. But the moment after that, the end of the game, one of the coolest Indiana Jones bits I've seen in a while.
Okay.
It's great. Great circle. Very good game.
Okay.
Jungle
Alright.
bit. I just want to fight jungle. Whoever the guy was like, make it a jungle bit. And you're on a boat most of the time and you're underwater. I want to just fight him. Oh,
Alright.
I want to fight him.
Well, I've got that coming up. If you want to see, I guess, me get angry at the jungle bit, as well as more League and Rivals, because I'm an addict. So that's that. Thank you all for watching. We're going to get out of here, go upload the VOD. Appreciate you for forcing yourself onto the show, Crendor. You're welcome to force yourself on anytime. And
Hey,
I'm
thank you
telling
very
you,
much.
Co will never be here when you are. I'm just saying. He does
Write that
hate
down.
you.
Write that down.
Yeah, he does hate you. So
Yeah.
that's it. Thank you all, everyone. We'll see you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day. Bye.